and Friday. So we'll make the ownership group and I will talk between now and then, but we're going to let him dictate that decision.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time here. Thank you, because I know you're really busy. And in advance, we produce Women's Sports Now in conjunction with a whole bunch of our partners. I know you're on that show Thursday. I look forward to seeing you getting a little bit more time there. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me on.
You bet. That's Sherry DeVoe. She's won it all. Ladies and gentlemen. Before we go, just letting you know about the Hyundai Palisade Hybrid, up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, class-leading interior space, because when you're hauling kids, gear, snacks, and backpacks, space matters. The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Go to HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4660.
Michelle Swellman here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes. The East Carolina track and field team is set for a busy weekend as the Pirates will split the squad across 3 separate events this weekend. The Duke Twilight being held in Durham, the Aggie Classic in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the Torrin Lawrence Memorial in Athens, Georgia. In NBA news, Toronto Raptors player and Kinston native Brandon Ingram has been downgraded to doubtful for tonight's Game 6 matchup with the Cavaliers. Ingram went 0 for 2 from the field in just over 11 minutes of action in the Raptors' Game 5 loss at Cleveland on Wednesday. He has been battling a heel injury. And in Major League Baseball yesterday, it was the Tigers beating the Braves 5-2. The Nationals beat the Mets 5-4, and it was the Twins over the Blue Jays by a final of 7-1. This has been a Pirate Radio Sports Break. I'm Shirley Rhodes.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bugged up.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
A quick getaway to paradise is as easy as breezing into 34 Degrees North restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel. Enjoy coastal Carolina cuisine featuring fresh local seafood or savor their hand-cut steaks. It's the premier dining destination on the Crystal Coast. The waterfront restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, dinner, and their popular weekend brunch. 34 Degrees North restaurant in Beaufort is open daily. Visit their website, 34degreesnorthrestaurant.com, or call 252-838-7250. 34 Degrees North restaurant at the Beaufort Hotel.
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC. Pirate Nation, get ready. It's baseball season. You got hot dogs, apple pies, and GMCs. That's right, GMC 1500s. You got 0% or 20% off. $11,549 off when you have a trade-in, and we have over 50 to choose from. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer. Only at Brown & Wood. home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. It's time for bats, balls, and turkey calls. Working on that grand slam? Swing into turkey season with a perfect shotgun to knock that gobbler out of the park. Brite, Mossberg, Weatherby, Savage, Beretta, Rossi, CVA, and Browning, you name it, we've got it. Choose from the largest selection in Eastern NC. We'll make you blow fans away. Shop online or stop by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, you missed
Dr. Gary Overton live in the studio.
We all know what D1 baseball does.
Right.
It speaks volumes for the game all across the NCAA. The country itself keeps its eyes to what D1 baseball is saying about each and every team. Warren Nolan, on the other hand, mirrors the RPI. And so that's your difference. RPI, not really a fixture on the D1 front. It is on the Warren Nolan front.
The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, exclusively on Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and on the Pirate Radio app. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Line drive into right center field. Burris around third. He'll tie the game. Herring gets to third base. RBI single by Austin Irby.
This is the Pirate Nation, and we are Pirates because all you have to do to get anybody excited here is go, Purple!
You guys are rocking. The city's awesome, and I love you guys.
Sumo Kongbe hit, driven back, ECU standing tall.
The biggest thing about Pirate Nation is we kind of get it for as small a community as we are, we really get everybody involved.
Y'all are intimidating guys. I'm saying y'all are famous. Y'all are celebrity type guys, and that's intimidating.
We never lose a tailgate. That's the one thing. Undefeated.
Go Pirates, yeah.
Live from the First Flight Credit Union Studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Whoa, welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com. We are on the Pirate Radio app, powered by Carolina Caliber. We're on YouTube. Come by and hang out with the chat gang on this Monday. What is on your mind as we get ready for more Canes hockey tonight? We got to bounce back in baseball after a rough weekend in Memphis. We've got the softball conference tournament right here in Greenville, North Carolina, coming up this week. So a lot to talk about on today's program. We'll do it all from the First Flight Credit Union studios. First Flight Credit Union, taking better care of our community. Stop by one of the local branches in Greenville, New Bern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary. And we will have in-studio guests. We will have video guests. We will have phone guests. And a lot more on today's show. Coach Mack will join us on the Turner Home Team Live Line coming up later on in hour number 1, and we'll talk about everything happening in the world of sports. We'll get Coach Mack's thoughts on the NCAA tournament, basketball tournament expanding. Coach Shane Winkler, fresh off of win number 500 for his career and fresh off a great weekend for ECU softball, will join us as we prepare for postseason and the conference tournament being right in our backyard. So that should be a big boost for Shane and the women on the softball team. We'll talk about that with Coach Winkler. He joins us live in the Pirate Radio studios coming up at 4 o'clock. Brooksy, former Pirate Radio intern, now the voice of the Binghamton Black Bears, will join us to talk some Canes hockey in hour number 2. We'll get his thoughts on the Canes up 1-0, game 2 tonight against the Flyers in round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We will talk to Brandon Golden, talk some baseball with BG coming up in hour number 2. Hour 3, we'll go out live to the Lenovo Center and talk to Big Ten Cappy, Zach Kaplan. Got that coming up at 5 o'clock. And Pat McRae is the head baseball coach out at South Central. They get a first-round bye in the playoffs, so they won't play till later this week. We'll talk to him about a great Falcons regular season and what lies ahead in the postseason. So big guest lineup today, and it is a big show because Wes Hines is producing, filling in for Shirley Rhodes. What's up, Wes?
Not much. What about you, Clipper?
A lot going on, man. A lot to talk about on this Monday. We got Zach here in his final week. It's a big day for Zach as he will be hosting sports trivia tonight, so I'll be playing at the Buccaneer Music Hall, and my teammate will be Nick Bass, who will be a first-timer out at sports trivia tonight as we watch the Canes and other playoff action going on while we play sports trivia. Going to be a fun night at the Buck. And here for segment number 1, we've got Left Side.
Strong Side.
Not as strong as mine a while ago.
Yeah, we did hear a strong side from Wes Hines.
All right, well, let's find out. Let's see who's got the strongest side. Let's go right side.
Strong side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Fire me up, Wes.
Sound a little constipated. But Wes Hines is strong here on a Monday. Wes, what movie is that from?
I don't know.
Left side, strong side.
That is Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Gary and Julius.
Yes.
Julius. Left side, strong side.
Okay. Well, there you go.
When we get old, man, we're going to live in the same neighborhood. It ain't going to be this black-white
That's
thing.
my brother. You can't tell the difference. You can't see the resemblance.
You ever seen Remember the Titans, Wes? It's a great movie.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
I mean,
I guess he doesn't remember the Titans.
Let me just say this: there's a lot of movies I watch, and if it doesn't excite me once, I don't watch it again. So.
All right. Wow. Well, it's not a very excitable movie, I would say. But with today's media and streaming and stuff, like, I will watch a show or a movie and forget what I just watched.
Yep.
Where, like, back in the day, like, Lost, that I watched week to week, I was so into it. I can remember every episode.
You didn't get lost.
Not at all. But now I watch a piece of art and it's just out of my brain.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's because I'm getting old too.
Yeah.
That could have something to do with it. Let's check in with the chat gang. Jamie says, hey now.
Okay, hold on. Let's get the right hey now, right? Okay. Now, is Jamie's hey now? Is that what it is?
Hey now.
Hey now.
Now.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hunter said, Wes, that sounded gross. Take that to the bathroom. Jerry says, hello. Hello. We are the PRL chat gang. Hunter says, what are Wes's favorite movies?
Let's go with The Passion of the Christ, the Dark Knight and the Scarecrow.
Now that is Batman? Or no?
The Dark Knight?
What did you say?
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Is that a Batman movie?
No.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mark it down, 1980.
Or I guess it would be Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Yes.
1981 film.
81.
Well, close enough.
Oh, my goodness. You're a horror guy?
Yeah.
Horror?
Yeah.
63% Rotten Tomatoes. I might need to check that out.
Not terrible.
Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Interesting.
6.7 on IMDb.
All right, now, do you remember the Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I remember that one very well.
Do you like disaster films?
I do.
Or just that one in particular?
Yeah, disaster films.
Independence
Yes,
Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love
Die Hard?
Independence Day.
Nah, Die Hard, no.
Is it a Christmas movie?
I don't think so, no.
Wow.
This is a different question. This is from Jamie. What excites Wes? What excites you? A buffet?
What excites me is when all the radio stations are working and I don't have to worry about going out in the middle of the night.
Well, how often does that happen?
Very rare.
Yeah, very rare. Appreciate you being here today, Wes. Filling in for Shirley. Kenny says, good afternoon, guys. Nothing positive to say about this past week of men's baseball. Thank you for clarifying men's baseball.
Yeah.
There's one positive.
But they still have everything right in front of them. That I agree with.
Everything is right in front of them.
And it's kind of frustrating now because we had that 3-horse race at the top, and we were tied.
And we had the sole possession for Friday because I believe there was a couple of the games that had to be moved to Saturday.
Yep.
So the Perts were actually in first place by themselves for a split second.
Well, I guess UAB fell off, huh? They got swept because now East Carolina's in sole possession of second place. And honestly, with the way the new format is for the tournament, if you're first or second, it really doesn't matter that much.
Nah.
You get those buys. So now the Pirates not only have a 1-game lead on UAB, they also have the tiebreaker. I will say Rice is 2 games back of ECU, and that is the opponent this weekend. So they got to take care of business, or Rice, who has won 4 in a row, could find their way near the top.
Yeah, but you just got to continue the dominance from Friday. That's exactly what the Pirates didn't do this past weekend. A 12-0 drumming of the Tigers, and just Norby was not himself on Saturday, and then just couldn't get anything going on Sunday.
Cass says good afternoon, and he put a cap up there. Is he capping, or is that no cap?
I think that's cap.
Tip of the cap.
Maybe a tip of the cap.
Maybe.
Hey, Cass. Is that what I do to Cass? Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sorry. My apologies, Cass. Jamie said that is an eclectic choice of movies by Wes. I would agree.
Yeah.
You got a little Jesus in there, some horror, and some disaster. Kenny said, did y'all watch the Kentucky Derby? I did.
Absolutely. I did.
And what a derby it was.
What a comeback.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't recall seeing a comeback like that.
No.
I mean, the thing is once that horse got out on the right side, it saw
Strong
nothing
side.
in front of him, and boom, he was gone.
Gone.
And the 1-2 finish were brothers, the jockeys.
Interesting.
The horses probably also were, but
And the first female trainer.
female trainer, yes.
And Chandler Chief had a good run, but could not go back to back. Yeah.
Chief Wallaby.
Do you guys remember Rich Strike from a few years
Yeah,
ago?
80-1.
The horse that was entered into the race a day or two before.
Yeah, he was a scratch entry.
Was in the 20th stall and won the whole thing.
He was the longest shot ever.
Yeah. Why are you bringing that up?
You see, I can't remember a comeback like that one.
Did it come?
Well, he didn't have to come back. He was pretty dominant in that race. He was in like the top half the whole time.
He was behind the whole time.
Was he?
Rich
I don't
Strike?
know. You seem to know a lot about Rich Strike.
I do.
He came up the inside. I remember that. He wasn't in the front.
Not in the front. No, that was that was a great Derby. It's very difficult to bet on the Kentucky Derby, if not impossible.
Well, you can't in North Carolina legally.
Okay, well that explains it. I had no bet on it, but I did enjoy watching it as a spectator just because of the comeback.
I did participate in a pool that I did not win, which that is fun. Yeah. But lost $5.
Like Kenny said, not a lot of happiness coming from Pirate baseball, but a good sports weekend all around. The Carolina Hurricanes won on Saturday night. There's a lot of ways to consume sports that are fun, Chandler. I like watching the Canes with you, which I'll be doing tonight.
Yes.
At the Buck. We did that last weekend. This Saturday, I wasn't feeling great, and I listened to Mike. It was just me and Mike Maniscalco and Trip Tracy laying in bed with Hurricanes hockey. And you know what? I really enjoyed it.
That sounds like a great time.
I heard the first goal, and by the time I woke up, they were doing the post-game show, and the Canes had won. But
it was boring.
Well, was it boring?
No, I mean, it was fun to watch. The Canes were dominant, but it was like, man.
Yeah, after it went up 2-0 early, it was kind of just stagnant. We dominated.
And we'll talk to Brooks Hill later on, but he said the awesome play that Miller made.
Beautiful save. Oh, my
It looked
Lord.
like it was going to be a breakaway. He said that was really one of their only chances. I mean, did the Flyers put up any kind of fight the other night? Not really.
Outside of that, no.
Yeah.
There's a first time for everything, Clip Brock, and tonight you will be watching the Canes game with me as I'm wearing Canes merch.
Oh.
I'm wearing this awesome quarter zip Carolina Hurricanes, thanks to my good friend Josh Copenhaver, who was able to get that for me at a Goodwill, and I am ready to represent well tonight for the boys in red and black.
And I'll be watching the game, too, with Canes prospects.
Yeah.
Nick Bass.
A celebrity in the Canes world.
That's right. And looking forward to that as Zach Lewis, his final week with us at Pirate Radio, will be hosting tonight, guest hosting Sports Trivia. So, Zach, your last day here is Wednesday?
Wednesday, yep.
Man. And
Sad.
Nick's last day is Friday. And
You'll get a lot of Nick this week, though.
A lot of Nick.
Yeah.
More Nick than you can handle.
What's the level of difficulty for tonight's trivia, Zach?
It's gonna vary a lot. It bounces around a little bit. Some questions are pretty much layups for everybody. Some of them, it's kind of like sports specific.
Okay.
If you know the sport, you got
this
it.
is sports trivia.
Well, yeah, but if you know the specific sport, you'll have it easily.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
10-4.
8 o'clock tonight at the Buccaneer Music Hall.
Be there.
Jamie said somebody teach Chandler what a comeback is. Be easy on my boy here.
I thought Rich Strike was a comeback.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I'll have to watch it. Also this weekend we had NBA playoffs. We had the couple of game 7s. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, we had Orlando and Detroit. Orlando letting that one slip away. They get rid of their coach this morning. Was thinking maybe they would hang on to him after that crazy run that nobody really thought that they were going to go on. And man, they squandered that series away because I believe they got up 2-1 early.
The Cavs had a huge third quarter. They beat the Raptors. How about the Celtics losing at home to the Sixers? And now it seems like at the end of every year, you have these conversations like, do we blow it up or do we keep building? I've seen some of this with the Nuggets. Like, what are they going to do with Joker getting older? But how about the Celtics? I mean, are they sticking with Brown, Tatum, and
I think they have to
building around?
It's too good of a system.
Yeah, that was shocking. But at the same time, I remember late in the regular season, Chandler, we played the Sixers, and Jared, I didn't follow it as closely, and he's like, the Sixers are toast. They're done. But they finally put the lineup out there with Embiid, Maxey, Paul George, Edgecombe. Yeah, had a great rookie year. And I'm like, how is this team so bad? I guess they've just had guys in and out.
They have bad injuries.
But much like when the Hornets finally got their starting five healthy and together, when you put these guys together for the Sixers, they're dangerous. And they are dogs tonight in New York, but would not shock me at all to see Philly keep winning.
They have the perfect mix of two really good veterans and then two very good youngsters, and it works really well.
Spurs heavy favorites tonight against the Timberwolves, and then it'll be old man LeBron taking on the Thunder coming up on Tuesday night. Cavs Pistons will play game 1 Tuesday night as well. How do we feel about the Pistons?
They are bound to lose.
They really limped their way through the first round. So I don't know. I don't have much high hopes for Detroit and their long term. What you got pulled up there, John?
Oh, nothing. I was actually the Sixers played yesterday.
They played Saturday.
Okay. I was just going to say the bad thing about going into Game 7 is that you have such a short turnaround, and we're seeing that with the Sixers tonight with who do they play again? I'm sorry.
The Knicks.
The Knicks. So, man, at the Garden. Yikes.
And look, this is way too early to be thinking about stuff like this, but Canes Flyers Game 4 is Saturday night. Montreal Buffalo Game 2 is Friday night.
Yeah.
It's trippy.
If things go the Canes way, they could have another really long layoff. But, I mean, I expect the Flyers to win a game or two, but if they don't, once again, the Canes are going to have more than a week probably to sit out before the Eastern Conference Final. So take care of business and see what happens.
Nick Bass is saying if we sweep 10 days, roughly.
Jeez, that is a long layoff between games. Once again, Pirates, no midweek this week, right?
Correct.
No exam week, so taking the midweek off.
We'll be playing one last
Campbell next Tuesday.
Yeah, midweek game. I got some news. So Zach will be hosting tonight. Also, they're going to be grilling out at the Buck for the Canes game and sports trivia.
There we go.
Sweet.
So come on out and hang out and enjoy some. Dan, I guess Dan's going to be on the grill maybe. So
Probably.
burgers, dogs.
Either him or Alex.
Yeah.
Well, dinner plans.
Jamie said, is a long layoff good or bad in hockey? I mean, with the way the Canes were kind of beat up after the first series, I think it was good, but Nick has the thumbs up, so I guess we'll go good. PJ West says, hey. Oh.
What's that?
Hey.
Fat Albert, where is it at?
I know it's Fat Albert.
If you can't find the clip, Wes, you're just gonna have to say it yourself from now on.
Okay.
So let's practice that. Jamie says, "Hey now."
Hey now.
PJ says, "Hey, hey, hey."
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh man, good stuff. Thank you, Wes Hines. All right, Chan man, anything else on your sports mind before we take a break?
No, just looking forward. I'll be at Clark LeClaire Stadium. I've been most of the games this year. I'll be out there in a working capacity this weekend, me and Jenny. So filling in for the injured J-Bone. But looking forward to a great weekend out at Clark LeClaire. Hopefully the Pirates can get it done and finish the regular season strong.
I had a great sports weekend because the Atlanta Braves are 25-10. They have won 3 in a row. That was those games against the Rockies. They have won 8 out of 10. They were down 6-0 in the 4th inning and won on Friday. And they are just, setting the pace here in the NL East. 12.5 up on the Mets. The Mets. 10.5 up on the Phillies. And the Braves will be taking on name-redacted's Mariners coming up tonight.
We've got to call Brett at some point, especially if the Mets continue to be as bad as they are right now.
Brett the Mets.
Let's get your thoughts on the Mets.
They are really, really bad. All right, Chan, man. We'll see you later on.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight at the Buccaneer Music Hall for Sports Trivia, hosted by intern Zach, 8 o'clock. And go Canes, go.
We will take a break, come back. Coach Mack McCarthy joins us. We'll get his thoughts on the NCAA tournament expanding and other things going on in the sports world. Back with you on a busy Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hi, I'm sure you heard the bells and whistles next door. We're just securing your neighbor's house with the smart home features like cameras and security.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, hi, yes, I'm Mike with SCI Technologies. Eastern North Carolina's premier security provider. We do fire alarm, audio, video, and security.
Ooh, how can you help me?
Give us a call, 252-321-7006 for a complimentary quote, or you can email us at info@scitekes.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? How about tighten or lift your skin? Want a smoother skin texture or get rid of brown spots? Combining personalized treatments, expert training, and a deep passion for skin health, Beauty Bar MediSpa is dedicated to enhancing your skin and boosting your confidence from the inside out. Contact the licensed professionals for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
A new feature menu has arrived at Basil's in Greenville. Basil's new specialty menu is full of great favorable dishes like roast beef melt, creamy beef ziti, chicken hibachi pizza, apple strudel pizza, plus $4.50 margaritas every Tuesday and $3 North Carolina craft beers on Wednesday. Basil's regular menu and favorites are always available for lunch and dinner. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Basil's, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Ready to take the road less traveled? This April, get behind the wheel of a new 2026 Subaru Forester base at Capital Subaru of Greenville. Lease it for $269 a month for 36 months. That's all happening right now at Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive, or online at capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru of Greenville, a proud official partner of the ECU Pirates. Price does not include licensing costs or registration fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2026.
Eastern North Carolina's newest concert destination is here. It's Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, a brand new state-of-the-art outdoor amphitheater with room for 30,000 fans. Reserve your seat or grab a spot on the lawn and enjoy food trucks, vendors, cold beer, and cocktails all night long. It's just a short drive away right off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids. Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, showcasing world-class entertainment and delivering exceptional experiences for every guest. Visit CarolinaCrossroadsAmp.com for more information.
Play ball!
Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back, and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Clip Brock, host of PRL, every weekday at 3, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now. Powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Looking for a place for lunch? Basil's lunch menu features signature pizzas, pastas, sandwiches, and salads starting at $11. Eat local, drink local at Basil's, your community restaurant and pizzeria on Fire Tower Road in Greenville. Now back to the show. Here's Clip.
Thank you, Wesley. Wesley Hines filling in for Shirley Rhodes on this Monday. No J-Bone. J-Bone might be out a little while. He's on the injury report.
On IR.
We'll let him tell you what happened when he's ready to. But keep him in your T's and P's. But Coach Mack is here on a Monday, joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. If you're looking to sell your house fast without making any repairs, Justin and his team with the Turner Home Team are the team for you. Coach Mack, we're a little undermanned here on a Monday, but glad to have you.
Yeah, you kicked out Shirley and Jared. Wes jumping in there. I guess is the Chan Man there too?
Chan Man was here segment 1, but now he is bolted. So yeah,
he actually bolts a lot when I'm coming on. I'm not taking it personally.
Well, that is good to know that you've not thought about it nor take it personally. But I will pass that along, that you are not taking it personally, that he is never here for your segments. So, Coach, you got some basketball news that came out last week, and it's weird because you have told us that the tournament would be expanding, and you said it's going to happen. And so it's not like it came out of nowhere. I guess I thought they'd say, hey, starting in 2028 or 29 or 30 or something. But no, next season, tournament expansion. So I guess been in the works for a while, certainly been talked about for years and years. And here it is. Are you surprised at all they didn't kick it down the road a couple years? Or did you figure they'd go ahead and initiate it now?
No, I mean, if you're going to do something, there's no reason to wait. We used to talk about that decision when it came to personnel or changes in strategy. If a change is inevitable, go ahead and do it. It's not popular. I don't think you can get even close to a consensus but there are some people pushing for it. Number one, the power conferences are, because they think they're going to get those, 500 teams in, and they may very well. And surprisingly, and maybe it makes sense, even the low majors and mid majors are were for it to some extent from a coach's perspective, just because there's a chance that maybe they get included in this expansion. Although I don't think it's a very big chance. But I can understand their point. They know what they have now, and who knows what's going to happen with these extra teams in, and we'll have to wait and see what the committee does with it. But I think the chances are mostly that it's going to be mediocre Power 4 teams that take advantage of this. And somebody brought up this point the other day, Clip, and I'd be interested in your opinion, caller's opinion on this. They talked about the fact that with 64, it fit on a piece of paper. That was part of the draw, the bracket itself, everybody participating, and okay, you went to 4 more. That wasn't terrible. You just stuck it off to the side, and of course, most people didn't even pay any attention to it when they were doing their brackets. They just started on Thursday. They didn't bother with the Tuesday and Wednesday games in Dayton. But now you're going to have more teams to deal with, so you're almost going to have to recognize it when you're doing brackets. And some people think that will really, really hurt. That a lot of folks will just say the hell with it. I'm not doing it. I'll do my Masters contest or something else that's going on at that time rather than mess with the March Madness. But I don't know if that's a big deal or not. And one thing that goes against that is so many of the contests now are not putting them on pencil and paper anyway. It's done online. So, if you're doing it online, it's certainly no big deal.
Mack, I think I'm the perfect person to ask this to, because that's literally the first thing I thought about. What is my sheet of paper going to look like now? What with all these, with the extra teams, what does the bracket look like? And I'm a big, if it ain't broke, don't fix it guy when it comes to the tournament. I hear all this expansion or team or leagues, the Big Ten and SEC doing their own thing and leaving others behind. I'm like, well, does that include the NCAA tournament? I don't want my tournament messed with, and this will mess with it. But yeah, that's literally the first thing I thought of. Like, what I want to see what the bracket's going to look like. I need to lay my eyes on it to make sure it's still pretty and we can still work it. And I'm also, we talk about it every year about, and we did go online this year with our Pirate Radio pool, but we still have the brackets on the door, and we print them out. I like to fill mine out by hand, so I hope we don't lose that. But you're right. Usually, like for this year, I picked Texas/NC State to win a game, and now moving forward, are we going to have to start picking who's coming out of those play-in games? So I'm with you, man. I'm still going to fill it out. I'm going to, I have to. If I stop filling out brackets, I might die, Mac. So I need that in my life. But I'm with you. I'm a little concerned at what it might look like. And then there's the actual issue with it, which is like, because you and others, it's kind of funny. We're talking about this now. We're coming off like the worst bubble ever, right? Like where we're not complaining about any of these teams if they don't get in. Now we're just going to have more of those matchups instead of your Chattanooga teams that were really good that lost in the conference tournament, or heck, there was a bunch of them this year, Wilmington and Belmont, like a lot of teams like that probably still won't get in.
Yeah, I think that's right, and my first year in coaching, second year in coaching, we went to the NCAA. There were 32 teams in the tournament. Okay. So every time there's been an expansion, there's been this kind of complaint. And we arrived at 64, and that seemed to be a magically good number for everybody. Although there were complaints all along, from 32 to 48 to 54 to 64. There were complaints all along the way, and I participated in a whole lot of those from 32 on up. And from a coaching perspective, you do think, well, mathematically, we have a better percentage chance to be one of the teams now with 76 rather than 68. But do you really? I don't know. And another person brought up something else that I think should have been at least talked about. Although, again, we talked many times about once you've made a rule. It's hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube, like, giving the players freedom with the portal or allowing them to be paid and that kind of thing. But, taken. Part of the problem is that we've allowed Division I to be too daggone big. There are a whole bunch of teams out there. What are we at? 350, 360 Division I basketball teams? That's nuts. I mean, there are at least 100, if not 200, that really just don't play on the same level. And I'm not talking about Power Four, but basketball, is a little bit deeper in teams that can win with the A10 and the American and even
Mountain West,
Post Conference, Mack. There are a lot of them, but Sun Belt. But there are a whole bunch of leagues that have zero chance to be competitive at all. And maybe that might have been a better route. Reduce the number of teams in Division I, but again, it's hard to take something away once you've given it to them.
Well, I know it used to be, you had to win your conference tournament to go in, because my dad always tells the story about my granddad buying regional tickets because it was a shoe-in that North Carolina was going to win the ACC, and they ended up losing to South Carolina, and, there was no StubHub back then or whatever, so my dad made it sound like it was one of those things where my granddad said, I bought these, we're going to go and have fun, when really it was a miserable trip to watch South Carolina play basketball. But my question was, when it was 32, Mac, how many conferences were there then? Do you remember? Like, were there at-larges when it was 32?
Yeah, because we were an independent. So, yes, there had to be some at-larges, yeah. But there still had to be 20, mid-20s, I would think. There couldn't have been many at-larges.
Right.
Although
I wonder how many more conferences there are today than back then, or do you think the number is similar?
No, there's quite a few more.
Yeah.
I'd say there's probably 10 more or something like that.
Right.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, which I grew up in the 64 era, but man, 1 versus 16 just sounded, it looked good on paper. It sounded good, but they're going to keep on expanding. Well, how about this, Mac? You can be the first to tip of the spear on this one. Do we ever get to triple digits? When's the next expansion for this thing?
We will. I won't see it, but we absolutely will.
There you go. You're on the record. Mac McCarthy had it back in 2026 that we would go to triple digits.
He goes me kindly when they go to 106.
Oh man! Well, I used to do my bracket by hand on poster board when I was a kid and hang it up on in my room. So we're gonna need a damn poster board soon for everybody just to fill out their one bracket. All right. Speaking of college basketball over here, I see that Duke. We talked to David Glenn last week. I asked him about Duke in the portal, and he said that Shire killed it with high school recruits. But Duke, Kansas, and Arkansas are top 3 in recruiting, according to ESPN. And are you surprised at all? Because Calipari, he's always going to kind of look young and slimy to me, but he's 67 years old. Are you surprised he's still getting it done at his age on the recruiting front, and even has the juice and the want to with all these older coaches going out of the game?
No, and Self is the same way. That. And, of course, Krzyzewski recruited better and better as he got older and older. And I don't think that has a whole lot to do with it. I mean, 2 out of those 3 guys at those schools are among the best. And, it's the more things change, the more things stay the same in some regards, although you could make the wrong hire. I mean, I know the people in Lexington, Kentucky are debating that subject right now.
No doubt. I see my guy. I liked Arkansas when they had Eric Musselman. He's out at USC now. ESPN has them as the number 5 class as he's trying to win some games out there. Michigan's obviously top 5. Izzo in the top 10. Mizzou. Who's the Missouri head coach? I don't even know, Mac. Do you? Let's see. Dennis Gates.
Yeah, Dennis Gates. He came from Cleveland State. Who Dennis was with as an assistant long time. He's a very charismatic guy and has done. They just had a lot of people leaving. They've had a lot of people coming in, a lot of people leaving, but he's done a good job of getting kids. And they've got some unusual things. They might be one of the tax-free states, which we haven't talked much about taxes in the NIL, but they also have some things going on in the state where they can get a high school NIL as long as they commit to a school in the state of Missouri. So I know there's Missouri State and Southeast Missouri and Southwest Missouri, whoever else, but clearly there's pretty much one choice in the state.
Other teams in the top 10, you got Nate Oates in Alabama, you got BYU, and then there's Oklahoma State. Steve Lutz, is that any relation to Bobby there at Oklahoma State?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, just curious.
No. They've always had money at Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Boone Pickens is gone, but he was the first of the mega boosters, if you will, and they've spent some on the women's side too. That I guess they got Allie Crooks for $1.4 million, third highest women's basketball player in the world at any level, WNBA or overseas or whatever. And they bought some others too. Liv McGill, a point guard from Florida, who went for a bunch of money too. So they've got some money, but all those schools have one thing in common,
and that is
money.
Looking for some of that here. Your old neighbor will be here for a while. Kim McNeil signing a contract extension. I was happy to see that, Mac.
Good for her. Yeah, she got mentioned multiple places, including her alma mater up in Richmond. I don't know how involved she got with it or whatever, but her name got floated in 2 or 3 different places.
Mac McCarthy joining us, talking a little college basketball here in the month of May. Let's take a break. We'll talk some NASCAR and some other things going on in the world of sports. Mac, I've become a LeBron fan again. I took a hiatus on LeBron for about 20 years after he went to Miami. But now that the old man is leading a depleted Lakers team, I've never rooted for the Lakers. I hadn't rooted for LeBron in ages, but I'm back on board. I like having this discussion. Try to think of an athlete, a driver, a coach that you weren't really a fan of, and then by the end you turned around and became a fan of. So I'll see if anybody comes to mind for you on that as well. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday, back with you after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hey Birdland, hockey fever is everywhere, and it hits Camden Yards Saturday, April 25th at 4:05 p.m. Join us for Hockey Jersey Night, presented by Lido Pizza. Be one of 20,000 fans to score a limited edition Orioles hockey jersey as the Orioles take on the Boston Red Sox. Bring the energy, and we'll see you at the Yard for Hockey Jersey Night. Get your tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets.
The new Papa John's oven toasted sandwiches are here. Try the Philly cheesesteak, chicken bacon ranch, and steak and mushroom starting at just $7.99. Chef-crafted oven toasted sandwiches filled with fresh toppings, melty sharp cheese, and savory sauces on ciabatta bread, brushed with special garlic sauce, and toasted. Available for pickup or delivery. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards and start earning points for your favorite menu items. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Are you looking to purchase a new home, or are you considering refinancing your current mortgage? This is Talbot Green at Integrity Home Mortgage. We offer a wide variety of loan programs to help get you pre-approved. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
Need to sell your house fast without fixing or even cleaning it? Call the Turner Home Team.
Hey, this is proud ECU alumni Justin Turner with the Turner Home Team. We buy houses as is in any condition for cash, and we can close in just days. As a real estate investor and licensed agent, my team and I can give you options when you need to sell. Sell fast or sell for top dollar. You choose what's best.
Call Turner Home Team or visit theturnerhometeam.com. They'll make a no-obligation cash offer for your home today.
Turner Home Team. Pirates supporting Pirates.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
If you're looking for a weekend getaway that feels close to home but far from ordinary, head on down to beautiful Washington. Enjoy the scenic waterfront views while visiting local shops and dining at some of the best restaurants Eastern North Carolina has to offer.
Make a night of it in a cozy bed and breakfast. And during baseball season, catch an exciting East Carolina Pirates baseball weekend just a short drive away. Plan your trip today at visitwashingtonnc.com.
Hey Pirate Nation! It's your pirate cyclist Tony, inviting you to join us in Greenville's 21st annual Ride of Silence on May 20th at 6 p.m. starting from the Greenville Bicycle Company located on Clark Street. This ride honors cyclists who have been involved in accidents in the past year while riding their bikes. The ride will be a slow 10-mile event with a police escort, and riders are required to wear helmets. For more information, please visit the Greenville Bicycle Company Facebook page, and we'll see you on May 20th.
This is Carter Spivey, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Greenville Utility Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility cost. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, and you can make a one-time donation. GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now back to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip.
All right, Wes, who won the race yesterday?
I know.
It's Chase Elliott.
There we go. Chase Elliott, a winner. Coach Mack joining us on the Turner Home Team live line. You got Chase Elliott, Mack?
Oh, only in that car. I don't have it in yours.
Oh, dang it. That must be Jared then, I guess.
Oh yeah. He just continues to pile up a huge lead. He's going to clinch in July.
Mac, on the topic of, and that was Chase Elliott's second win of the year. Let's see, outside of Reddick, he's the only multi-time winner this year.
Yeah.
There we go. Mac, anybody in NASCAR that you weren't a fan of, and then maybe towards the end or something happened, changed teams, changed something that you became a fan of? Or are you pretty stuck in your ways when it comes to fandom?
Yeah, it's hard for me to change, especially with individuals. I will say, as you said it, one huge change I did make over a long period of time was I hated the Yankees. Steinbrenner, the whole deal, the arrogance, the outspending everybody. I became a Pittsburgh Pirate fan because they beat the Yankees, and of course they were always on Saturdays, and they seemed like they were the game of the week all the time, and I just hated the Yankees, and slowly as Steinbrenner moved on, and even though his son still owns it, or grandson, I think it's his son, still owns them, but he's not out there in front of everything and running his mouth and being obnoxious, and that it's just such a professional organization. And I'm not a Yankee fan, but I certainly respect the Yankees now, and I think that's probably the way it is with some other people too. With Jeff Gordon, I hated Jeff Gordon because he was the antithesis of Dale Earnhardt. So I hated him, but as things moved on, you grew to respect him anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't a fan, you probably didn't. I've stopped hating people. I haven't necessarily embraced them.
I think Phillip Rivers was on that list for me. By the time he was throwing it around at 40 or whatever, I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop hating this guy, and I'll at least, try to like him or whatever. I will never root for the Yankees. We had a discussion. Let's see. It was going into, the day after the first round of the draft and talking about if ECU player went to a team, would I root for him? And then Anthony Smith gets drafted in the 7th round by the Cowboys, and I just can't do it. In fact, I said if Blake Harrell goes 10-2 this year, Jerry Jones fires Schottenheimer and Brian Schottenheimer, and brings in Harrell, and then Harrell brings in a bunch of Pirates to the Cowboys, I still would hate them and root for the Commanders. It's two totally different things for me. I just can't do it, but that's just the way I am, I guess.
Yeah, I can understand that. I even told on another radio show, I told about your experience where you sometimes bet against the team that you really want to win.
Yeah.
The way you kind of hedge your bet, if you will. They like that. They like that scenario a lot.
It's emotional hedging. It's if they lose, I get something out of it. If they win, I look at it as a fan tax. I'll pay $20 for a Commanders win. I can't do it every week, but some weeks I can. And by the way, I usually only do that when the Commanders are favored. Not if they're an underdog, because then it gets tricky with the points and everything, and it's too much to worry about. All right, Mac, looks like we're going to Watkins Glen on Sunday.
Yeah, and SVG has to be the favorite right away, although Chase Elliott, who's been driving life awfully well, has been good there. Matter of fact, he got his first win after, I think he had 100 races without winning when he first came up to Cup, and but I'm also pretty sure that's where he got his first win too.
Any news, controversy with NASCAR outside of race day?
There was some good stuff, and they've got stuff going on off the track a little bit with Denny Hamlin's old crew chief, who apparently stole some intelligence, if you will, from Gibbs Racing, and is now with another team. And there's a big lawsuit going on. And of course, Kyle Busch, after the race or toward the end of the race, I guess maybe on the last lap, just wrecked the daylights out of John Hunter Nemechek for no reason whatsoever. And Ryan Preece managed to wreck Gibbs, for something that he thought that Gibbs did to him early in the race. So there was some festivities yesterday on the emotional side in Texas.
Mac, got one more college basketball note, and maybe we'll talk a little college football. Detroit Mercy banned from postseason. This is a touchy subject with you, Mac, but they did not meet the benchmark for the NCAA's academic progress rate, the APR. And I remember when you took over as coach, that was hampering this program, right? You were behind the 8 ball, trying to coach the Pirates and recruit and everything, right?
Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, you had some restrictions. You had restrictions on scholarships, which you could manage that, but then you had some benchmarks that you had to meet academically. So you really couldn't take any kind of risk with the young men at that time, because literally, if we didn't meet those benchmarks, football wasn't going to get to go to bowl games, which would have been unacceptable, and we would have been run out of town in short order. And then even after we got off of the probation, the APR probation, we still had some real restrictions in terms of transfers and SAT, ACT scores and GPAs that we had to meet that nobody else in the league was having to deal with. But it was a real thing. But this one kind of reeks of the old NCAA, because nobody has been mentioning anything about academic progress, or graduation rates, or anything else. It reminds me of the the old Abe Lemons, the legendary coach at Oklahoma City, and he ended up coaching at Texas, but he had all these great quotes, and one of his most famous quotes was, the NCAA is so mad at Kentucky, they're putting Cleveland State on probation.
So Michigan must have done something. They must be looking at the Wolverines, and they decided to go Detroit Mercy here.
Maybe that's it, but it sure feels like selective enforcement.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about, maybe they were egregiously behind in their APR, but the 360 teams, they're the only one. That's pretty amazing.
Shout out Taylor Gagnon, was brought in to make all A's, and then heck, he was put in the starting lineup back in the day.
Taylor Gagnon earned everything he got. I know he started out as a walk-on before we got there, but he could make any team and better just by his presence.
He was a
young man.
Good dude. Yep, absolutely. One of the best. Mac, man, I hate to be negative and ask this question, but I will. I'm gonna ask it to Zach. I feel bad asking it to Coach Mack. Zach, what happens first? Diego Pavia gets arrested or gets on the field in the NFL game? I don't want nothing bad to happen to him.
No, I know.
Man, it just feels like this is going to be a Johnny Manziel.
I feel like he would just have ways out of it. I feel like he will get arrested, but nothing will happen. I don't know.
Hell of a player, Mac, but there's a lot of stuff with him. Do you think he somehow sticks with the Ravens? Like, what's he doing? Is he playing in the UFL or CFL, or you think he can stick with Baltimore?
Yeah, no, he's not going to stick with Baltimore. He'll be UFL with Rapoli, the owner, a horse racing guy, or he'll be in the Canadian Football League or something. But let's say neither one happens. He never gets on the field in the NFL in a real game. And he never gets arrested.
All right, that's best case scenario, I think. Mac, you mentioned Rapoli. I think I saw him with horse racing this weekend. How about the Derby? How about that comeback?
It was amazing. It really was, and it was fun. It always lives up to the hype of the greatest 2 minutes in sports. To me, I love watching it. It's one thing I really wish that I had done. Maybe I still will, but yeah, Rapoli, who owns the UFL, and he had the favorite in the Derby, but they drew that dreaded number one post, and when you're on the inside, you have almost no chance to win that thing for some reason.
When you say that's something you might do, are you talking about going to the Derby? You're talking about owning a horse?
Yes. No.
That'd be cool, Matt. Get in with some old coaches, and y'all have a coach's horse running out there.
A lot of coaches are involved with those things, and of course, Rapoli is the guy who buys all the players for St. John's and Patino.
There we go. It all connect the dots there, folks. Mac, good stuff. I didn't ask you about the Hurricanes or NBA playoffs. I'm assuming you're not watching any, right?
I didn't know they were going on.
Oh, come on. Mac, enjoyed it, man. Have a good week.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
There is Coach Mack McCarthy, joining us on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. When we return, Greenville is hosting the 2026 American Softball Tournament, and your Pirates will be in action. We'll talk about that with Coach Shane Winkler, who joins us live in the Pirate Radio studios when we return after this timeout.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
It's bow time. Remember those bologna biscuits you grew up on? Well, they're back and better than ever at Bojangles. Bite into a southern tradition with our new fried bologna biscuit. It's a thick slice of savory bologna seared and served hot off the griddle on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And right now, you can get 2 of them for just $5. But hurry in. This deal is only available for a limited time only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
College is hectic,
but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Ready to play, Greenville? The Repair Shop Game Room at Fish Street Hardware is bringing the fun for all ages. Pool tables, skee ball, big screens, and ice cold drafts all in one spot. Keep the week going with Singo Tuesdays at 7, Trivia Wednesdays at 7, Outlaw Open Mic on Thursdays 7 to 9, and live music every Friday and Saturday 8 to 11. Plus, Yappy Hours Thursday through Saturday 4 to 7, 25% off appetizers, and Sundays, kids 12 and under eat free with the purchase of an adult entree. Fish Street Hardware, eat, drink, play.
In Beaufort County, success is built together. The Washington Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce connects leaders, supports local businesses, and helps our community thrive. From networking to community events, the Chamber is building a stronger Beaufort County every day. Get involved, grow your network, and help shape the future of beautiful Washington.
For more information on the Washington Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce, including future events and membership, visit wbcchamber.com.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
All right, coming up Tuesday on the show, we'll talk to Parker Bird. And this Thursday, don't miss your chance to celebrate his final homestand weekend here in Greenville. Stop by UBE from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to meet Parker in person. Be among the first to grab a brand new limited edition Parker Bird t-shirt, available while supplies last. Proceeds supporting his new nonprofit Limitless. You can snap a photo, say hello, score a free autographed baseball card if you're one of the first 100 fans. That's Thursday at UBE, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So come out, show your support, meet Parker Bird, and be part of a special moment. And we'll talk to him coming up Tuesday right here on Pirate Radio Live. Joining us now in the Pirate Radio studios, they're calling him Mr. 500, fresh off his 500th victory as a coach. Shane Winkler joining us. What's up, Coach?
A lot going on, actually. Obviously, a big weekend, but a huge week ahead. So we're in a good spot. So it's a lot of fun things happening.
We'll talk about the sweep that you just had, but the tournament, the softball tournament right here in our own backyard in Greenville. First of all, Coach, how does that come about, and how do you get to host the tournament?
Yeah, there's a bid process. So teams within the conference will bid on it, and then usually coaches will kind of give their feedback on to the league on who deserves to and who shouldn't be based on their facilities. And then we had it my first year, which ended up being a COVID year for me, missing the tournament, and then fortunately to have it back here. So yeah, we're excited. We've had some great crowds recently. We've got the best facility in the conference. So we're excited to be running it here.
I was going to say, it says a lot about Maxar Joyner Stadium and also the crew and everything. I saw Beecham, who I finally know how to spell his name, but from the turf and everything, he is part of the Grass Guys sports trivia team and plays sports trivia every week. But saw him throw out the first pitch, I believe, the other night.
Yeah, throughout the first pitch for since it's his senior weekend also. So we had him do so. We've done it for other seniors in the past, but I mean, those guys mean so much to our program. Obviously, they're out there grinding every day.
A lot of double headers, a lot of, with the rain and everything.
I mean, for us, the tournament weekends in February when there's 4 games a day, and like those guys are out there 6 a.m. until late at night. So they put a lot of hours in. They're some of our biggest fans. So it's pretty cool, and I know he was stoked to do that.
I asked you, Coach, is there any added stress, anything extra you got to do when you're the coach of the host team? And you said, luckily, maybe less stress that you're hosting. Is that right?
Yeah, really. I mean, our administration, our support staff does such a great job anyway during all of our events. But for us, it's a little less stressful because our girls get to stay in our own beds. We don't have to do endless itineraries and drive them around 12 different places throughout the day. So if we have any weather delays, it's nice that we've got our locker room, we've got our facilities. We don't have to stress over any of that. The support staff takes care of everything. The league office is here running the show. So for us, it's show up and do what we need to do to win ball games.
Good news and a little bit of bad news. I guess the bad news, you won't get the bye all the way to Friday in the semis, but the good news is you don't have to play on a busy day in Greenville on Wednesday. First game at 10 a.m., last one scheduled to start at 7 p.m. The Pirates will not play until Thursday, so you got on that 3 line at least where you avoid day one.
Yeah, 3-4 was a big deal. I mean, we talked about that before conference play started, how important every game was. And if you look at how close our conference was, I mean, 4, 5, 6 were all tied. So they had to go through their own tiebreaker to see who would get the other bye to the quarterfinals. And we talked about how important every game, every series was. Obviously, we were shooting for the 1-2 seed and didn't pull that off, but proud of what our team did to overcome some injuries and things to put ourselves in that spot where we're only 3 games away now.
And I was trying to recall last year. I know you won that game against Charlotte, right? And then did you lose the next round? What did you? Yeah, is this the first year of the new format?
No, we had this format. Okay. We did play on day one last year, so we knocked off Memphis in a tight game. Then we came back and got Charlotte the next day to win ourselves to the semifinals.
There we go. And trying to get there with just one win, I guess, this year. Yep. And I asked you, I saw the bracket and I was trying to figure it out in my head. Is there a loser go here? But no, this is single elimination the whole way, right?
Single elimination. Yeah. So it's one and done. So, but the cool thing for us is the good thing we've been playing tight, low-scoring games like the tournament's going to be for a couple months now. I mean, we've had a handful of games go 1-1, 0-0 into the 7th inning, and so we're battle-tested for this type of format.
And somebody better be battle-tested. I mentioned 4 games on Wednesday. 2 of those are going to be doubleheaders for a team, right? If you win, you play later on Wednesday.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10 have to win and then win again Wednesday night to get to us.
So we'll see who the Pirates will be playing, scheduled for 2:30 coming up on Thursday. Coach, let's talk about finishing strong. And I remember asking Cliff, did you can you carry over a Saturday night win into Sunday? And he kind of said it's a clean slate with pitching and everything. How about you? I mean, can you take a sweep week into this tournament, or do you feel like it's kind of a clean slate deal when you start this tournament?
Well, I guess we'll be able to tell you first inning of of Thursday. I mean, for us, we try to keep everything what's right in front of us. And we've talked about that all year long because we've had Friday nights where we struggled and bounced back really well.
Right.
So we've had a little bit of all of it. But the good thing is our carryover from the past 56 games, our kids have a lot of confidence. They know we can beat anybody in the league. We've done so. We're the only team in the league that beat the top 2 seeds to win series against both Wichita and USF. So we've played really well. We've played really well down the stretch. So if anything, we carry confidence over. And for us, like I said, tournament play is about low scoring, pitching and defense, and timely hitting. Our pitching's been outstanding, and they've been carrying that over for 2 months now with how our top 3 pitchers have been throwing, led by Julia Apostolakis. So she'll get us going in the tournament. And the way she's been throwing, momentum's always on our side.
I guess you'll need 3 wins to win the championship. So how many pitchers, do you plan to use in a scenario like that?
Well, the way we've been going through conference play for most of it, it's been 3. So we've had Julia starting for us. Sydney Rainford, our freshman, has done a great job starting a lot of game 2s recently. Taylor Applesmore been coming in relief. We've thrown a lot of complete games as of late because we've had a lot of low-scoring games, not a ton of pitches thrown. So we'll be prepared for that, but it'll be all hands on deck, really, with all 3 of those. Abby Hune, if we need to, as our number 4. But we expect Julia to come in and do what she's been doing for the past 2 months, which is keeping teams at bay and giving us a shot late.
How about the bats, Coach? Are you counting on for offense this week?
Well, the good thing is we've had a lot of different heroes recently. Our table setter is Kenesha Anderson, all conference season. I mean, she's been phenomenal, has been swinging it really well, over 400 in conference play. Anna Sawyer got one off yesterday on her senior day with a big home run. Gabby Fowler's had some big moments. Another D.H. Conley grad, Trinity Nichols, has had a good conference season. So we haven't had the offensive explosion with the home run ball that we did last season, but we found different ways to manufacture and win games late. And we've had a lot of different heroes, and we're going to need that this week.
I know you look at the numbers. We talk about that every time you come on. Do you think this is a multi-bid league this year, the American?
It's got the ability to be. We've got a couple teams on the bubble. Right now, USF and Wichita are on the bubble. We got a couple others close. I would say USF is probably a lock right now. So if somebody else wins it, we should definitely be a 2-bid league. I think we're a little too far outside of that now. When early on during bracketology, we were in that last 4 in, first 4 out. We dropped a series to UAB that kind of kicked us out of there with how low they are RPI wise. So we're outside of that conversation. But I mean, this league has played like a multi-bid league all year, and I think we're going to be in that conversation again.
You talked preseason about building your schedule for the RPI numbers and also trying to play good competition to prepare your team. 32-24 overall, 16-11 in conference play. How far off you think are you from an at-large? Like you mentioned, one series. If a series or 2 goes a different way, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were in that conversation when that all started early in conference play. When you play the non-conference like we did, when you beat a Duke, when you knock off Notre Dame and Maryland, some of the P4s that we did, I mean, we were right where we needed to be RPI-wise. Unfortunately, we had a couple bad losses that dropped us down some that outside of that conversation, but it just shows in our team. I mean, we talk about that also, just how important every midweek game is, because that can be the difference maker at the end of the year. But, I mean, we'll build again for it schedule-wise next year to put ourselves in that conversation. But we're showing how close we are to being that type of team year in and year out.
I'm glad you're thinking about the future. That means you plan on being here, right, Coach?
Absolutely. I love it. I mean, and that's another thing. Yesterday, with how special our senior day was, and the 500th win also is fun. But the support from our crowd, our fans, Pirate Nation for our seniors like Anna Sawyer, for myself, was special. I mean, it just reminds you over and over how fortunate we are to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the facilities and being able to host the tournament. You go to a lot of parks and a lot of places that maybe aren't like here, and it's not just lip service to say it is special here in Greenville, right?
Oh, absolutely. Again, the facility, the way our administration supports us, the community, but it starts with the people, and then we have the things that you can see from the outside with the resources, facilities, and we've got a great group of girls. We'll have next year and beyond a great group returning. We expect Sarah Stone to get a 6th year after her injury,
awesome.
which is obviously she's the best player in the conference. So we'll graduate and have to fill some shoes with an Anna Sawyer and the rest of our seniors. But we'll have a great group coming back. Our pitching is as good as anybody in the league, and it's young, and they're happy here. I'm sure we'll have some trying to attack them and get them in the portal, but they're having a great time in our program here. So we're excited about this next week, but the future is extremely bright.
That's awesome to hear. Talking to Shane Winkler today on Pirate Radio Live. Coach, the last time your team won a conference tournament game, you got ejected, I believe. So if it's late in the game and your team needs some juice, are you going to take one for the team again?
You know, we've talked about all year long for our players. Let's do whatever it takes. If it means getting hit by a pitch, it means taking a walk, laying down a sacrifice bunt. So if I'm asking them to do whatever it takes, then our staff better be doing whatever it takes to win one game at a time. So that's not the plan. We'll
Sure.
ideally hope so. I know administration would prefer me not.
Absolutely.
But whatever it takes to win and keep us alive.
How's your pregame? I mean, you got a veteran team here with you've talked about the leadership and everything, but do you try to come up with a different message or something? Do you amp it up for the playoffs, or for the postseason when your team takes the field? Do you have a new message in mind, or do you kind of stick with the same stuff you talked about?
It'll be similar because we've been talking about that we're preparing for tournament ball for probably the past 6 weeks of conference play. That this is a tournament style game, and that's what we're playing for. And we've been talking about seeding with our teams, trying to earn the bye like we did, and every single game was important in doing so. So we've been playing that type of ball for a while now. So the key now is not changing things up too much. We'll have the familiar surroundings of the Macks, and we've played those type of games a lot recently. So I mean, everything is kind of status quo what it's been for the past few weeks, and trying to keep out the added pressure of lose and stay home.
If I'm reading this right, will you play one of Memphis, UTSA, North Texas? Does that sound right?
Yes.
So obviously you're kind of scouting them out, and you already know a lot about them. But then you'll find out your opponent, I guess, late on Wednesday night. But how does that go with the quick turnaround and getting ready for your opponent like that?
You know, the coaching staff will re-up some of our stats and information and video on the other teams, and then we'll get a chance to scout. Obviously, the games on Wednesday with our team. We'll give them a good meal, get a chance to sit and watch the 7 o'clock game together as a team, and then we'll do a little video for other pitchers, especially the next morning, because our girls will get a chance to watch, obviously, what their offensive players do. We've seen all of them semi-recently, so we'll just get a refresher on what they do and go ahead and roll in, get a good night's sleep, and take care of business on Thursday.
All right, and obviously the game's on ESPN Plus, but take advantage of the softball tournament being right here in Greenville. Get out there, folks, and check it out. East Carolina scheduled to play at 2:30 on Thursday. Win that one, you move on to Friday afternoon. So that's the plan. And championship Saturday?
Saturday at noon.
All right, good deal. Coach, I'll ask you more about it off season, but did the Broncos have a good draft? You happy with things?
Well, they traded early picks for talent that has already been successful in the league. So getting Waddle and things like that with the first round pick,
right.
they're a little more stacked now. So my worry is the schedule's a lot harder than when it was last year. So you finish in first, you play a first place schedule. So that's hopefully we'll be able to take care of business. We'll worry about that in a few months.
Well, we'll talk more global sports with you next time you join us. But you got to focus on a tournament here. Good luck, Coach, and congratulations on a good year, and also win number 500. And hopefully there's a lot more to celebrate next week.
Yeah, we're gunning for 501 and then continue counting. So I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. There's Shane Winkler joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios, inside the First Flight Credit Union studios. We'll take a break, come back, got more to go. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Does this warm weather find you dreaming about weekends on the water? Make it happen with a boat loan from First Flight Credit Union. Whether you're upgrading your fishing boat, cruising with your family, or chasing sunsets, we offer competitive rates, flexible terms, and fast and local decisions, so you can spend less time waiting and more time boating. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, Newbern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary. All local residents are membership eligible. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
Is your car making strange noises, or that check engine light still won't go away? At Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service in Greenville, we take the stress out of car care, from quick oil changes to full service repairs. And diesel truck service too. Our certified technicians deliver high quality work without the high dealership prices. No guesswork, no pressure. Just honest, dependable service to get you back on the road with confidence. Don't let a small issue turn into a costly repair. Stop by today or schedule your service now. Bell's Fork Truck and Auto Service, keeping Greenville moving.
Take your family, friends, and kids down to Play It Again Sports this spring sports season. We have all the hottest new equipment for the upcoming softball and baseball season, along with a huge selection of quality used sporting and fitness equipment. Whether you're a golfer, a bike rider, a soccer player, or a fitness enthusiast, we will have exactly what you need. Don't forget to do your spring cleaning and load up all the equipment that you no longer need or doesn't fit. Bring it down to the store and get paid on the spot. Play It Again Sports, across from the Nissan dealership on Greenville Boulevard.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
Overtime Tavern is the place to be for great food, cold drinks, and all your game day action with over 10 TVs. Swing in today and try a mouth-watering burger, glizzies, wings, or check out their daily specials featuring some of the best items on the menu. OT's has a weekly lineup of entertainment starting Tuesday with Singo, Wednesday is sports trivia with Clip Brock, and Thursday's local acoustic acts playing the tunes. OT's is located on Charles Boulevard across from the Sheets and is open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern.
This is Caleb Reynolds, lead minister at Eastern Pines Church, and I'd love to invite you to join us this Sunday at 9 and 10:30 at 3380 Portertown Road in Greenville. At Eastern Pines Church, you'll find real people, uplifting worship, and a place where your family can grow in your faith. Come see what God is doing right here in Greenville. We'd love to welcome you home at Eastern Pines Church. Visit easternpineschurch.com for more information.
Church services brought to you by S&K Trapping, East Coast Grading, Gregory Pool, Driven Details, East Coast Access, Cardinal Lock and Key, and rentafishtank.com.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs. Like passing that drug test? Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and, well, light one up. You've earned it. With weekly events like trivia, karaoke, comedy, open mic, movie night, and, of course, all your favorites: flour, merch, carts, edibles, and wellness products. Whatever you need to legally take the edge off, we've got your vibe covered. Order online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
Play ball! Greenville, it's time to play ball. The Greenville Yard Gnomes are back, and tickets are on sale now. Bring the whole family out for big hits, wild promotions, and non-stop fun all night long. From fireworks to theme nights, every game is an experience you don't want to miss. Cold drinks, great food, and the best atmosphere in town. Don't wait till it's sold out. Grab your seats now. Get your tickets today at yardgnomesbaseball.com or at the box office.
This is Lane Hoover, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where all the locals go for Mexican food and fun. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the Gulf of Mexico every Tuesday. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita. Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are only $3.49. On Thursdays, it's half-price house margaritas. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Back into the show. Here's Clip.
All right, Wes, if you're going to Chico's, what's your go-to Mexican dish?
That'll be shrimp quesadilla.
Okay. I was going to say. Oh.
And all the chips and salsa I can get.
There we go.
And the salsa's got to be with the guacamole. Guacamole with a little pico. Yeah.
Queso as well, or
no?
There we go.
Too far.
Chico's Pacific. I usually go shrimp tacos. My favorite there, but can't beat the fajitas either. Awesome menu at Chico's. Thanks to Shane Winkler for joining us here in the Pirate Radio studios, and thank you to the Carolina Hurricanes for giving us something to follow and get excited about in April and May, and they've done it for a long time now here in these playoffs, and it's about time to cash one in with a Stanley Cup. First things first, game 2 of the second round against the Flyers coming up tonight. Let's talk about it with Brooks Hill, former Pirate Radio intern, now the voice of the Binghamton Black Bears Hockey Club, joins us on the Turner Home Team Live line. Brooks, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Clipper? It's May, and we're still talking about hockey, so things are going good.
Yes, sir. And talking about the Canes, who are already up 1-0 in their series against the Flyers. Game 2 coming up tonight. How about kind of mentioned this with Mike Maniscalco last week, Brooks, and we've talked a lot of Canes hockey, playoff hockey with you through the years, but how odd is it to have a hero in net during the regular season? Everybody was on the Bussy board, the Bussy bandwagon, and now it's Freddie and the Freddie chance in Lenovo, the shutout in Game 1 against the Flyers. It's everybody's on board with Freddie now.
Yeah, it's really weird how things can turn on a head in the sport of hockey. Obviously Brandon Bussy was the biggest storyline this season for the Hurricanes, I would say. During the year, he got 31 wins in his first full NHL season. And unfortunately, the Olympic break happened, which I think hurt his game a little bit because he was on fire. And he was playing great. And what might have hurt Bussy a little bit actually benefited Freddie Anderson, who was at the Olympics playing for Denmark, and then came back, and then he was playing phenomenal after the Olympic break. And then out of the 2 goalies leading up to the start of the postseason, Anderson was playing better, and Rod decided to go with the guy who has more playoff experience. And that's what we're getting right now with Freddie Anderson.
Brooks, explain the Stankoven madness going on right now. It seems that still I'm not a hockey guy like you are, so a lot of these goals, obviously they're skill, but it seems like it's right place, right time as well. What's going on with Stankoven? How is he scoring all these goals for Carolina?
Well, I think he's just being the benefactor of right place, right time, but also the matchups that his line is getting. And that's not to discredit what Taylor Hall and Jackson Blake, his left and white wingers, are doing for him. But typically in the playoffs, you see teams try to match lines and pairings on defense more than what you do in the regular season. With the playoffs, you're going to play a team 4 straight times, sometimes 7. So you're trying to gauge who's the best matchup against what line. And what we saw in the first round against Ottawa is Ottawa was putting all their chips into the middle against stopping the Aho, Jarvis, and Svechnikov line. And it worked. Realistically, it did, because they weren't producing offensively. But when you shut down one line like that, it just creates another matchup opportunity for the next line. And in this case, it's Stankoven's line. And, like in baseball, you say that hitting is contagious. Well, right now, scoring in the playoffs is contagious for Stankoven because, it's probably a little bit of a heat check when, you pull up a deep 3 that you don't really have to, just to see if you got it. And it's really just been his night so far, every night the Hurricanes have played.
Brooks Hill joining us. Brooks, the Canes overwhelming favorites once again going into tonight, minus 260 against the Flyers. And I believe Mike told us that all the regular season games were 1-goal games, overtime games. But at this point, are the Canes just that much better than Philadelphia? Even the spreads against Ottawa weren't this wide open in Carolina's favor.
I I think they are that much better than Philadelphia. Top to bottom, I think they're better at every position. Goaltending, I think they have better goaltending. I think they have better defense, and I think they have better forwards, at least forward depth, I will say. Philadelphia's power play didn't look great against Pittsburgh in the first round. We obviously have seen throughout Rob Brendamore's tenure how of a chokehold the PK can be for the Hurricanes, where they just do not allow anything. And the way the defense has been playing really takes away the open ice, which is what I think the Flyers want to use. They have some creative forwards, but you get them in settled situations, and with the Hurricanes playing man-to-man defense, there's not a lot of space for them to create opportunity to score. Like, that's why we saw Philly come out of the penalty box and have that breakaway, and Keandre Miller making a diving effort to break that one up, and that was probably the best scoring chance that they had of the night. So I think that all kind of comes together, and you have the buy-in. And out of the 4 teams that are left in the Eastern Conference, the Hurricanes have the most experience out of all those teams.
Brooks, I'm going to put a cart way before the horse here, but Game 2 of Canadiens Sabres is Friday night. Game 4 of Carolina-Philly is Saturday night. I mean, if the Canes are able to sweep, they could be looking at a lot of time off here, which I think that they needed some rest and regroup and get some health back after the Ottawa series. But what they did in round 1 could really set them up for even more rest later in these playoffs. And again, that's if everything goes exactly the way you wanted to go as a Carolina fan. But just found that interesting that once again, they could set themselves up with a lot of rest before the Eastern Conference Final.
Well, you definitely can. But I think we answered the question of rest versus rust with the way the Hurricanes responded in Game 1 against Philly. It had been a week since they had played, and Philly had finished their series in 6 games. So they had, I think, 2 days off before they had to play the Hurricanes. Now, you could say for them, they want to just keep playing as quickly as they can because they were running hot after a series win. So it's, a little concerning with how, all the time off, because, some guys are banged up, and sometimes there are injuries that you can get over in a week or so, like some bruises, but then there are those nagging injuries that guys are kind of just waiting for the end of the season to get worked on.
Yeah.
That the longer that they go, let's just say not operated on, then the more of an issue it could become. So there's pros and cons to everything like that, but I think the Hurricanes have shown that they're truly just focusing on whoever's in front of them, and they're not really going to worry about anybody else just quite yet.
Brooks, I remember asking another hockey guy here, another intern, Nick Bass, who does a great job with Canes prospects. Was he surprised that the Lightning lost Game 1 to Montreal? And he said not at all. And here we are. That series wraps up with Tampa Bay losing to Montreal. So how about the other teams in the East right now? Montreal and Buffalo. I've also been told, even going into the playoffs, how much those folks in Buffalo are going to love some playoff hockey. So you've got them back in the playoffs for the first time in a long time. You got the Canadiens coming off a great series win against the Lightning. How about the other side of the East?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, we got to mention that Montreal won Game 7 last night with only having 9 shots on goal.
Wow.
And they scored 2 of those 9 shots.
Wow.
So a great defensive game by Tampa. Just weren't able to put the puck in the back of the net. And, sometimes people will just say, oh, the Hurricanes just shoot a lot. They're not really high danger chances. Well, Montreal was doing the opposite, where they didn't shoot a lot at all, but they capitalized on the few chances that they were able to get against a Vezina Trophy winner and Andrei Vasilevsky. So credit to the Canadiens being the last team left from Canada. Buffalo has kind of been the Cinderella story of the year, even though they are very good. They're second overall in the Eastern Conference behind the Hurricanes. because it's been so long that they haven't had playoffs, just like the Hurricanes. And, hard to believe it was, like 7-8 years ago when I first started doing appearances on Pirate Radio talking about the Hurricanes in the playoffs. Like, that was a bunch of jerks year.
Yeah.
And remember how excited everybody was for those games? That's what they're going through in Buffalo right now. And, they've had some lapses. They lost their first game at home of the series, but then came back in game 2. So they definitely have some good firepower. If the Hurricanes advanced, I personally think they would match up better against Montreal. But I also think it'd be pretty cool. You have the 2006 conference final matchup against Buffalo. So out of the 4 teams that are left, the Hurricanes have the most playoff experience out of any of them. So they should be battle tested and ready to go.
Brooks, the regular season matchups against the Flyers all went to OT. 3 ended in a shootout. And, of course, the Canes won game 1 on Saturday. So with all that knowledge, what kind of game are you expecting tonight?
I expect Philly to come out hot in the first period. Rick Tockett's a great coach, played for the Philadelphia Flyers like Rod Brindamore did. And I don't think he was very happy at all the way that the team played in the first period in game 1 and the second period also. And then I think in the third period, he just kind of told him, well, if we're not going to win, somebody better do something here. And, they tried to muck it up, try to set the tone that way. Hurricanes have done a good job this year of answering the bell when teams have tried to get physical and maybe, get a little greasy after the whistles. And then, if they need to make a lineup change, they can always put Nick Delorier in and her police the game themselves. So I think for the Hurricanes, they're going to definitely try to do the exact same thing as they did in game 1. I think they liked the way that they were producing offense in the first 2 periods. And then I think for the Flyers in game 2, they're going to take a lot more chances early and try to get behind the Hurricanes defense, because that's what you're going to have to do when they're playing man-to-man defense. You got to connect on those home run passes, and can't be afraid to turn the puck over.
Brooks, give me a goal scorer for Carolina tonight.
Is it too easy if I said Logan Stankoven?
I mean, roll with the hot hand, I guess. It looks like there is some hockey going on in Binghamton this Friday. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Friday and Saturday, at least.
What do we got? Is this the final?
It is the finals. This is the Commissioner Cup finals. We're in it for the 3rd straight year. And for the first time ever since I've been here, we actually have lost a game in the finals. So we are actually tied 1-1 in a best of 5. But the final 3 games of the series are all in Binghamton. So we lost game 1, won game 2, and we got game 3 Friday, game 4 Saturday, and if necessary, game 5 on Sunday.
All right, Brooks, going ring chasing once again. Good luck and have a great call this weekend. And go Canes, Brooks. We'll talk to you later on this playoffs.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right, Brooks Hill joining us on the Turner Home Team Live line. Let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. One more segment to go, hour 2. We'll talk some Pirate baseball, some Major League Baseball, and more with Brandon Golden. Got that on the way after this timeout.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
Get ready, because Honda has equipped the 2026 CB750 Hornet with the E-Clutch, delivering stall-free starts in traffic and full-power quick shifts up and down when you want to wake it up. A torquey 755cc parallel twin delivers arm-stretching acceleration with Street Fighter style built to stand out. Visit Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville, and experience the 2026 Honda CB750 Hornet E-Clutch. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and night protection. Honda motorcycles are for riders 16 years and older.
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with Unshakable Builders. Now building in Sutherland Estates in Greenville and Dolostone Court in Wilson, with homes available now. And stay tuned, Cross Creek Townhomes in Greenville and Whitaker Glen in Farmville are coming soon. Browse available homes, explore floor plans, and see past projects today at unshakablebuilders.com. Have questions? Use live chat, fill out the contact form, or call the office at 814-9105. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arr!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
Doug Henry of Greenville is your premier used car dealership with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily to take care of all your needs. Doug Henry offers the best selection of used cars around, and it's easy to find right on the corner of Greenwood Boulevard and Memorial Drive. You can also find them at DougHenryofGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville.
If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
Hi, I'm Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
To Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. The Pirate Radio app is available now, powered by Carolina Caliber. Download the app today and have Pirate Radio at your fingertips. Now, back to the show.
Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women. Whether it's your dress, casual, or even a formal occasion, Russell's has you covered. Russell's has been serving Eastern North Carolina and beyond for 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington. Pirates supporting Pirates. Now back to the show. Here is Clip.
All right, Pirates RPI took a hit over the weekend with the 2 losses to Memphis, East Carolina. According to NCAA.com's RPI, sitting at 40. They'll play Rice this weekend, who is sitting at an even 80 in the NCAA RPI. We'll talk a little Pirate baseball and more now with Brandon Golden. I had a chance to talk to BG earlier today. Here's that conversation. All right, it's our Monday chat with BG, Brandon Golden, coming off a baseball weekend. Brandon, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Hey, doing great, and hopefully brighter and greater days ahead for the Pirates. Coming off a rough week, got beat by NC State again, and then, man, bounced back strong Friday night with a win over Memphis, but dropped Saturday and Sunday. And kind of a shame, too, Brandon, because when you look at the standings right now, East Carolina alone in second place, and a couple of wins could have been right there in first. But with the new conference tournament format, if you're 1 or 2, you're in pretty good shape. So they still got that out there, and still a lot to play for, but a disappointing weekend nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, the expectations are for us to go in there and win a series and kind of potentially sweep whoever we're playing. But, yeah, I mean, the guys are playing well, and they, like to your point, Clip, we're still in the hunt. We still have a chance to do what we want to do, which is play postseason baseball and have that be the focus right now.
I like the move. We talk about it more with basketball, I feel like, with the teams that are at the top of the regular season getting a nice little move into the semifinals or finals of the conference tournament. The 1 and 2 seed will get a couple of buys in the baseball tournament. Do you like that, Brandon, kind of rewarding regular season success? And I guess conference commissioners want their best teams in the postseason, and this is a good way to get that done.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think it's, again, we've kind of talked about like just understanding how challenging it is to win college baseball games. And again, whenever you can do that, you should definitely be rewarded. So hopefully we'll be able to stay in the top 2 spots there and kind of, see that coming for us.
Pirates got Rice coming up this weekend. We'll try to figure out a way to beat those damn Camels next week, Brandon. That has been a bugaboo for ECU, and then they'll close out the regular season. But as we play out the string here, the final game, man, it is a grind, right? Once you get into this point in the season, you got a lot of guys. If you ask if they're healthy, they'll say yeah, but everybody going on what 70-80% right now.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere in there. I mean, that's why, Cliff talks about it all the time. That's why, we train the guys as hard as we do and do everything that we do so they're ready for this. The good thing, Cliff, is school's about to be out if they're not done already, and they can focus on baseball and they can do what they need to do and take care of their bodies and be ready to go. Because, we got Rice, Campbell, and then go down to Boca Raton and let it eat down there in Clearwater.
Brandon Golden joining us. This is not a repeat. This is live. Another Chase Burns awesome outing, and his team loses 1-0. I did have the no-run first inning, so shout out to Chase and the Reds for that. But man, losing 1-0 is part of the game, but got to be frustrating to those starting pitchers, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Like Gavin, we talked to Gavin last year about like just dealing with run support and stuff like that. And it's just, there's so many guys that, for whatever reason, at times it's a struggle. But again, 162 regular season games. And I think the biggest thing is he's pitching well and he's doing some pretty special things right now. So that's a really positive.
And it does work both ways. Gav got touched up 2 or 3 starts ago and got the run support, and he got the win. And long ways to go, BG. But if you made an all-star team right now, Gavin Williams will be on it. He's been awesome this year.
1,000,000%. Yeah, he's been special.
Anything, I guess it's nothing different, just kind of a carryover from last year, but we see these guys grow, and good God, on the mound, he looks bigger than he always has. Yeah. He's definitely got that hulking presence on the mound, but anything you've noticed from him this year, Brandon, Gavin?
Yeah, I think Vogt talked about it the other day, like just being able to, for hitters in the big leagues, have to cover that amount of plate for the fastball. He's got the 2-seam that's running, the 4-seam that's obviously got the vert and the cutter. Like, I can't remember the exact number that they were saying that like it was, but I want to say maybe 24 inches of fastball that these guys have to cover. And anytime you talk about like major league hitters, if they can eliminate a pitch, they have a chance to be really successful. But the fact that they can't eliminate where the fastball is going to be and what it's going to do makes it really challenging. So, I mean, that in and of itself has been really special for him. And I think it's been kind of a big part of why he's been so successful so far.
Brandon, how much of a performance coach or a trainer are you also a quasi pitching coach where you know that some arm angles and stuff can tear up your arm maybe quicker than other angles? Are there especially when you're working with kids, are there certain pitches that you don't want them to throw at an early age?
Yeah, I think it's all based on what they're able to handle. You know what I mean? Like to kind of put it in perspective, when I was a college strength coach, specifically at East Carolina, like my job in the summertime was to prepare them for fall practice, basically to prepare them what we're going to do right before fall practice, and then prepare them for fall practice, and then a scrimmage, and then kind of going for there. To the standpoint of like what you don't want them to do, like if they don't have any type of ability to grip, any type of weight or any forearm strength, probably don't need to be gripping a baseball as hard as you can and spinning it. Probably not a lot of benefit going to come from that. But when they're prepared and they have the ability to do that, then it's really no different than any other pitch they're throwing. So there's a lot of people who say, well, I'm not going to let them throw a curveball until they're a certain age. It's like, well, let's not let them throw a curveball until they're prepared to throw a curveball. Like curveball's it shouldn't be demonized as you're spinning. It's just along the lines of, are they able to accomplish and able to withstand the forces that are coming from that?
Brandon, I know you got your pots and a lot of stoves. I don't know the phrase I'm even looking for.
Yes, I do.
We desperately need this in America. We need a first pitch coach. So, like Malik Willis, talented quarterback. I don't know if you saw his first pitch yesterday, high and wide, but we've seen it time and time again when these non-baseball guys throw out a first pitch and look like they've never thrown a baseball. You need to start an academy for guys that are going to throw a first pitch. But why can't these elite athletes throw it anywhere near the strike zone on the first pitch?
That's a great thing to think about. Number one, number two. I think there's so many different factors that are going into it. Like, you might have hit the nail on the head with they may have never thrown a baseball before.
Yeah.
Number one. And then number two, like you have the stress of what you don't want. It's just like if you're playing golf, it's like, don't shank it, don't shank it, don't shank it. What do you do? It's like the same thing. It's like, don't bounce it, don't bounce it, don't bounce it. And you throw it. And who was the person? I can't remember. I wish I knew, that hit like the cameraman in the
Oh, yeah. And
certain things where it's like, hey, you're trying everything you can and you're focused on not doing it. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, I think just teaching folks to take a deep breath, and if you got to not be on the mound, be in front of the mound and just throw the baseball, and whatever happens happens.
When Brandon Golden Industries gets going, you'll just have teams throughout ballparks and just do a 30-minute fundamental session, then a mental session, and then they should be ready
100%.
to go.
100%. Me and Blake will tag team that. H-Degree and us, we'll get that rolling.
You ever thrown out a first pitch anywhere, Brandon?
I have not. I was actually supposed to throw out a first pitch recently at our son's Little League event. I'm trying to remember where I was. I think I might have been in Minnesota. Yeah, I was somewhere where I couldn't do it. I tried to tell my wife to do it, but she didn't. She ended up.
If you were to do that Little League, I guess, is there a Little League catcher back there? Are you throwing gas? Or are you just trying to throw a strike? What's your plan there?
Just trying to not look silly. It's like if I'm going up there to throw a first pitch and I'm teaching guys how to throw a baseball or teaching guys how to train for that, it's like, all right, I better go up there and just try to hit the glove and try to just keep it simple.
Brandon Golden joining us today. Brandon, following obviously the Canes, got game 2 tonight against the Flyers, and following the NBA playoffs as well. And when the Hornets got knocked out, I was looking for something to root for, and I never thought, because I've never rooted for the Lakers, and I haven't rooted for LeBron since like 2008, his first run with the Cavs. Yeah. But I'm all in on old man LeBron carrying his team. I just think it's an awesome story, and to be they're going to study this guy for years, right? The way his body 100%. Works. But man, I'm a fan again just because of what he's doing at this old age and carrying a kind of depleted, injured Lakers team throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. And it's people have been joking with him. about his legs and stuff like that. Like, is he going to be in the dunk contest? It's like, hey, he's been prepared and he's still ready to go. So to your point, it'll be fun to see kind of as he gets towards the latter part of his career, kind of what happens and again, what comes out about what he's done to be successful.
And as a dad, throwing an alley-oop to your son in a playoff game, like that's something that'll never happen again. You remember probably the Griffies back in the day, right, Brandon? But the father-son thing, that's never going to be repeated again.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
And then Canes fired up for Canes game 2 tonight. Handled the Flyers in game 1 at 3-0. And I know you said you've got some buddies or some I guess guys in the industry on the team. So are you following the Hurricanes as well? Yeah.
Like I said, one of my buddies is the director of strength and conditioning there, so I'll definitely be watching tonight whenever I get to the house. You
gonna try to get to a game? That's I've been to one playoff game, Canes game, and it changed my life. It was awesome.
I would love to. I got to check my schedule and talk with the boss lady and see what we got going on.
There we go. Brandon Golden joining us. Brandon, what else you got going on these days? I know you, like I said, you got a lot of hats, right?
Yeah, we got a lot going on, man. We got a lot of stuff going for the Vantage Baseball Academy. We have our open house and kind of meeting with everybody on Wednesday. So that's going really well, Clip. We've got a lot of interest in that. And
good.
Going to have our kids doing school upstairs here at the lab. We had a lot of furniture moved in today, and just getting ready to allow families to live life the way they want to and do schooling the way they want to and still develop at a high level and not necessarily be tied down to one way of thinking. And it should be a lot of fun.
And what's on your football calendar for 2026? I know you went up and met with the Vikings. Also, you work with the school here in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, North Carolina A&T. So with the Vikings, I'll be doing stuff with them virtually and probably head back out potentially in August, just depending on kind of how their schedule lines up. But one of my good friends I went to grad school with is their sports scientist. So we'll definitely be keeping tabs on, how the guys are moving, and we'll kind of be collaborating on some of those things throughout the fall, which is going to be super fun, man. That's going to be super exciting. And then North Carolina A&T is right here in our backyard. And we were at practice right before they finished spring practice a couple of weeks ago, and we'll be with them and kind of getting cranked up here for the summer and camp and ready to rock and roll.
When the sports science guy came on SportsCenter back in the day, I probably turned that off and went and played outside or something. Were you the guy that that was your favorite segment of SportsCenter?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, oh man, this is so sick. This is awesome.
Hey, and here you are. It paid off for you. BG, enjoyed it, man. Have a good week. We'll check in with you again next Monday, man.
Yes, sir. Talk to you later.
Brandon Golden joining us on this Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Zach is very invested in this Premier League game as Everton leads Manchester City 3-2.
It's almost done. Almost.
Why do we care?
If City loses, Arsenal now has a actual lead over the Premier League with less than 5 games to go in the league.
All right. Thrilling. How's Swansea doing in the championship?
They are not getting promoted.
Championship table, Coventry
City is one of the automatics.
Ipswich Town,
they're back.
Swansea finishing in a strong 11th. Yeah, that's where we're mid.
Pretty mid.
How about Wrexham? So what do you got to be, 6th to play in the little
3 through 6, but get in the playoff for promotion.
So are there any games left?
No, the season's over. It's just the playoff now.
So Wrexham missed it by...
Well, they lost on the last day by 1 goal to the team that was above them. Or they tied, actually.
It'll make for a great TV show when that comes out.
That season will be great.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. We'll check in with Big Ten Cappy, Zach Kaplan, live at the Lenovo Center, getting ready for Game 2 between the Canes and Flyers. Also, talk some high school baseball with Pat McRae, the head baseball coach out at South Central High School. We got a Man City goal, and Zach is not happy. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday after this.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
Hey, O's fans, 2026 Birdland memberships are now on sale. A Birdland membership is the best way to secure the best seats at a great value with exclusive benefits, including unmatched flexibility, priority ticket and event access, discounts, and more.
One more magical moment in time in Baltimore.
Learn more on how you can become a Birdland member today at Orioles.com/memberships.
College is hectic, but where you live shouldn't be. At Pirates Cove, you get your own quiet space and private bathroom. With 2 pools, a fitness center, EV chargers, the only student property with a new soccer mini pitch field, a business room for focus, and a quick ride to campus. No dorms, no drama, just the lifestyle you're looking for. Pirates Cove isn't just where you stay, it's where you live.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children.
Hey everybody, this is Parker Bird. Visit our friends at Children's Health Services on Arlington Boulevard on 10th Street and at childrenshealthservices.org. Go Pirates.
CopyPro, the professional office systems people, have been serving Eastern North Carolina since 1971. From Greenville to Wilmington, businesses trust CopyPro for reliable technology, award-winning service, and top brands like Konica Minolta and Ricoh. Need multi-function printers, document management, or network solutions? CopyPro delivers powerful tools backed by certified technicians and a team dedicated to your success. CopyPro, professional people, professional systems, powerful results. Visit copypro.net or call 756-3175 today.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next event? Fish Street Hardware in downtown Greenville features event spaces for birthdays, business meetings, rehearsal dinners, and more. The corner bar is fully private and seats up to 50 guests. Our back dining room is semi-private and seats up to 40. Or choose the semi-private repair shop game room, complete with pool tables and big screens. Add in-house catering and full bar service, and we'll take care of the rest. For pricing and availability, inquire online under the Parties tab at fishstreethardware.com. Fish Street Hardware, where Greenville gathers.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Overtime Tavern, located at 1011 South Charles Boulevard, right across from Sheets, is your go-to for all the game day action. Come hungry and leave happy with Philly cheesesteaks, Lizzie's, juicy burgers, and wings that bring the heat. Ice cold drinks, they've got those too. Open daily till midnight, and every Wednesday night, join Clip Brock for sports trivia and test your game day knowledge. There's always time on the clock at Overtime Tavern. Now back into the hour 3 of PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, thank you, Wes. Wes filling in for Shirley. J-Bone on the IR. We got intern Zach. We got intern Nick. Their final week here at Pirate Radio. Glad to have them. Glad to have Wes. Glad to have Zach Kaplan, who joins us in studio on Thursdays, but wanted to get him on the Turner Home Team live line because he is in Raleigh getting ready for Game 2 of Canes and Flyers. Zach, how you doing, man?
Hey, Clip. Hey, Clip. Almost messed that up. How's it going? I'm standing here, top of section 122 from Lenovo Center with Brian Bailey.
Awesome. And, man, you know that playoff hockey certainly hits different, and it's going to be a rowdy Lenovo Center tonight. Canes coming off a 3-0 victory. Zach, a dominant performance in Game 1.
Yeah, had the pleasure of being here for that one as well, and they just really came out and, you know, everyone was kind of talking about rest versus rust. How would they kind of look? And I mean, they came out just hair on fire. Really played excellent in the first period. Kind of rode that hot start. The rest of the game, you know, they kind of just rode the wave of having a 2-goal lead and then eventually 3. And you know, really came out in the first 10 minutes and just said, if you think you know you're going to just come right into this game and take advantage of the rust we have, you're sorely mistaken. And really took it to the Flyers from the jump. And you know, it was a great kind of start of the series, set the tone, and we'll see if it carries into tonight here 48 hours later.
As a fan, Zach, I love that the Canes have not trailed this postseason. I am interested to see, you know, if and when they do finally trail in the postseason, how they handled that. But it's kind of crazy. We're now 5 games into it, and they have yet to fall behind in a game so far.
Yeah, and sorting through some of the pregame sound, or at least sound, you know, the sound bites after morning skate, they got asked about it quite a bit. So certainly something that the team is keenly aware of. And, you know, something that I think everyone knows is kind of unbelievable, but also, like you said, not going to last. It may be as soon as tonight. It could be, you know, later this week when the series shifts up north to Philly. But at some point, they're going to have to come back and win a game in these Stanley Cup playoffs. So, you know, it's nice. It's a nice luxury to have that they've been able to play from ahead. But they've come from behind in games this year. They didn't make, you know, a knack of it. They weren't quite the cardiac gains, you know, like they've been sometimes in the past. But yeah, I mean, it's been pretty insane the way they've been just dominant through 4 games against Ottawa. And then obviously Game 1, you know, really took the lead 90 seconds in, and we're just in cruise control from that point.
Logan Stankoven is not Wayne Gretzky, Zach, but how does he continue to find the right spot and to score all these goals? He was the Canes' goal scorer in round 1 and got him going in round 2.
Yeah, he's been awesome, and he plays on a line with Taylor Hall, who's, you know, seasoned playoff guy and been through so many of these. And Stankoven, that's kind of the craziest thing. Like, he's 23. I mean, he's basically old enough to be a Pirate Radio intern. Like, and he's out here, you know, the fastest start to a Stanley Cup playoffs for a guy that young in the history of the sport. And it's kind of unbelievable just to think about it that way. But, you know, he's just been so special. Jackson Blake is another young guy on that line. And Taylor Hall's kind of the old man. I say old man, he's like 30, 31, I think. But, you know, just the way that line has carried this Hurricanes team, there's some concern, you know, about getting Jarvis and Aho going and the Hurricanes top line. But really, hey, I mean, as long as the goals are getting scored, and the team has just been so excellent defensively that, you know, you just got to keep riding the hot hand. And they've just been excellent, really, on both sides of the ice and clip. Honestly, the defense has been, you know, the calling card of the Canes. The speed that they had in Game 1, they just took advantage of Philly's tired legs, and it felt like they were skating circles around them quite literally towards the latter half of the game.
Yeah, what has to go right for the Flyers to stay in it to try to pull the upset in Game 2 tonight? Because, again, no goals in Game 1. Like, what have you seen from them this year, Zach, that makes you think, okay, if they're going to win, this is how they go about doing it?
Well, I think about it, you know, they have a pretty young team and a team that, you know, this is the first playoff series. Winning in the first round is their first playoff series win. I don't count the bubble personally, so their first real playoff series win in 14 years as a franchise. Got to go all the way back to 2012. And I think, it's kind of similar in the NBA where it's like you have to learn how to lose in the playoffs before you can learn how to win. Sometimes you strike lightning in the bottle. The Canes did it in Rod Brendamore's first year when he was head coach and got to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think that's kind of an exception. Like, you really have to learn how to lose before you can learn how to win. And this Flyers team is kind of doing that. As far as how they find success, the power play has to be a lot better because beating this Canes team 5-on-5 has been really hard to do. They certainly through the course of the playoffs, but really through much of the season. And they got to be better. They obviously 0-for on the man advantage the other night. And I think that's you kind of got to put Carolina in a hole if you can draw an early penalty and take advantage of it. 5-on-5, it's been brutal.
Zach Kaplan joining us as we talk Canes hockey. Any insight on who the siren sounders will be tonight, Zach?
I gotta look. I haven't seen anything yet. It's been all Duke for the first. I didn't get to go to Game 1 against Ottawa because we had the Purple Gold Spring game right in the middle of it. But it was Manny Diaz for Game 2 against the Senators, and then it was Carol Lawson for Game 1 in the second round. So I'm gonna guess a non-Duke person this time.
I think Nick Bass has some information for us. What's up, Nick?
Something.
It is, if you remember Jarvis's friends who got really popular during his Olympics, it's them. Seth Jarvis's friends.
Wow.
Seth Jarvis's friends. Nick, while you're here, we learned a factoid about Nick a while back, and Zach is never on the same day Nick is here, so we'll bring it up today on Nick's last week. Nick, you were admitted? What's the word? You were...
What do you mean admitted?
You were... What's the word? To a university.
I was accepted.
Accepted is the word I was looking for. To Pennsylvania State.
Yeah.
He could have been a Knit, but he said, no, I don't want to be a Knit. I want to be a Pirate.
Well, that was a Zach Kaplan reaction right there. It was just during COVID and I didn't want to move to Pennsylvania.
He didn't want to go to Penn State. He poo-pooed Penn State. How do you feel about that, Zach?
It's not for everybody, but it's... you get to experience a little more hockey. You would have gotten to see a Frozen Four. It's not to poo-poo on the Pirates club hockey team, but you would have gotten to see Gavin McKenna this past year. Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's you want to go to East Carolina. So I understand.
No, you said it was COVID year. You didn't want to go away from home, and
It wasn't a very fun place to be COVID year, and I was only there for the very beginning of it. I don't know why I said tail, the very front end of it. So I can only imagine what it was like in 21.
No regrets, Nick.
No.
You're a Pirate.
No regrets.
That's right. All right. Thank you, Nick Bass. Nick is going to be my partner tonight, my teammate in sports trivia, because intern Zach is hosting tonight at the Buck.
Yeah, I heard about that, and if intern Zach can hear me, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I did tell him, I said, look, it will depend on the Canes schedule, and of course, Game 1 Monday, and then Game 5 is the next Monday. So really opening things up at the Bucks for another team to swoop in and take down Sean and the boys. Tough loss for the team tonight, but we'll see how our guys rally. And I know they're a resilient bunch, and gonna get those baseball and hockey questions. Got to try to find a way to win.
Speaking of tough losses, are you mad, sad? What is your feeling with the Celtics losing at home to the Sixers on Saturday?
Yeah, just a really stupid way that they played the last 3 games of the series. Just taking a zillion threes. I mean, the series changed when Embiid came back, but they just felt like they weren't taking it seriously. And to be up 13 in Game 5, really had Philly on the ropes and just kind of messed around. Try not to use any words I shouldn't on Pirate Radio. It's they just I don't know. Like, they were just kind of like just mixing it up. I mean, the starting 5 in Game 7 was ridiculous. To just to put a lineup out you haven't had all year. Of course, they fall in a hole. Had to rally, do take the lead, and then give it right back. I mean, Embiid is out there limping. And the Celtics just couldn't take advantage. They wouldn't drive in on them. They just wanted to keep taking threes. And this offense has to go. 53s a game is not winning basketball. It's not pretty basketball. And it's not as it boring, it's unproductive. So they got to change it up. I was sick of watching it. Like, it really started to tick me off as the series went. And they got to get away from it this offseason. I hope they will.
I mean, it feels like it would be stupid to break up Brown and Tatum, but, at the end of every year, we look at results and say, hey, do we go a different direction? Do you think those guys stay, or do you get rid of one and try to build around one? What do the Celtics do?
I think Brad will keep them. The biggest thing they did this year, and Brad made some trades that he's getting clowned for now. The big one being trading Anthony Simons and getting Nikola Vucevic, who had as many points and as many minutes as you and I did in Game 7, Clip. So that's not very good. But, they got under the tax. They kind of used it as a redshirt season. So, I've been it's kind of a juxtaposition, if you will, not to use too big of a word here. But, you came into the year just thinking, okay, they're playing with house money. Tatum's hurt. Whatever they do, they do. But then you're in control of this series, and they just kind of gave up. So I'm understanding of that part of it, where you didn't come into the year thinking they were going to win a championship, but the East kind of broke their way, and they really had it in front of them. So I think you keep the Jays together. You got to surround them with bigs, someone who can stop Embiid. Obviously, Al Horford was that guy for so many years, not anymore. But you got to find a big who can actually play in the playoffs and is not watching on the bench. And you got to get Tatum healthy, which. He sat out Game 7. I mean, we got the Stanley Cup playoffs here. These guys are playing through broken bones, partially torn ligaments, fully torn ligaments, and Tatum's sitting there and he didn't do anything. So, it's kind of it's in the back of my mind about him now.
Zach, plenty of things to cover going on in the sports world. You and BB are at Lenovo tonight for Canes hockey. We got Pat McRae coming up next to talk South Central baseball. I know the brackets are out, so you'll have some baseball and softball to cover when you get back to these parts.
Yeah, was keeping an eye on the brackets today. I had to get them out early, so it's pretty crazy. They released them basically at noon, and teams are playing as early as 5 o'clock tomorrow in the first round.
Yeah.
Different format this year with the 8 classes, and Conley and South Central, obviously with Coach McRae, they're getting buys. Rose gets a buy. Aiden Grifton gets a buy, at least on the baseball side of things. Softball, Conley's also the number 1 seed for 7A, and they're getting a buy and certainly, looked the part of being one of the top teams in the state. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that shapes out. Of course, Conley and South are 1 and 2, and if they went out, would play each other in a 2 out of 3 Eastern Finals to go to the state championship, which Conley and Rose did it a few years back, but Conley and South would really be special, and South knows how to get there. McRae did it 2 years ago, with his Falcons team, and I wouldn't be surprised if, those two were sitting there at the end, and what a series that would be.
Zach, good report, man. Well, check out the coverage on WNCT Channel 9. When are you guys on live?
We're on live in about 6-8 minutes or so. Notice I didn't say the other number, 6 to 8 minutes. Brian Bailey's standing right here. He's been patiently waiting, trying to ignore all the nonsense I'm spewing, and we'll be on about 5:20, 6:20, and then your post-game coverage tonight at 11:20 from Game 2 between the Canes and the Flyers.
Thank you, Zach. We'll see you later this week, man.
All right, you got it. The segment is done and dusted, Clip.
There is Zach Kaplan, WNCT Channel 9, joining us on the Turner Home Team Live Line. It's Canes and Flyers going at it tonight. Also, on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, Ducks and Golden Knights. That'll be Game 1 of that series going on tonight in Vegas. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk some area baseball with Pat McRae, head baseball coach at South Central. They got a bye in the first round of the playoffs. We'll talk about their season and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday after this.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Looking for friendly service and hometown convenience? Make it Country Mart in Pitt County. With 2 great locations already serving our community, Country Mart is your one-stop shop for fresh hot food, cold drinks, snacks, fuel, and everyday essentials, all with the fast, friendly service you can count on. And we're growing. A brand new location is coming soon on Highway 11 right across from Aiden Grifton High School. From breakfast biscuits to afternoon pick-me-ups and the best fuel prices in town, Country Mart keeps Pitt County moving. Country Mart, local, convenient, and always always friendly.
Jeff Stein here at Brownwood Buick GMC. Pirate Nation, get ready. It's baseball season. You got hot dogs, apple pies, and GMCs. That's right, GMC 1500s. You got 0% or 20% off. $11,549 off when you have a trade-in, and we have over 50 to choose from. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer. Only at Brown & Wood, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Looking for a night out that's a little different? At Encino Mexican Steakhouse, bold Mexican flavors meet premium steakhouse tradition. Sink your knife into perfectly cooked, hand-cut steaks. Savor rich, authentic dishes inspired by Mexican culinary heritage and pair it all with a handcrafted cocktail. Encino Mexican Steakhouse, where Mexican flavor meets steakhouse perfection. On Memorial Drive in Greenville or online at EncinoRestaurant.com.
Oh, dude, that home run just busted your windshield.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about it?
Yeah, I've got Brandon Manning and Farm Bureau Insurance.
Hey, Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, warm weather is here and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
Come celebrate the next big Pirates win at the Rick House. The Rick House is Greenville and Eastern North Carolina's premier American-themed restaurant.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at the Rick House. Come see us for a big city feel right here in Greenville. I guarantee you'll have a great experience.
We feature the very best bourbons around. Our made-from-scratch pastas are to die for, and nobody does steak like the Rick House. We also feature an early dining special from 4 to 6. Come see us at the Rick House, Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is retired ECU baseball player Charlie Yorgan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Drive a little and save a lot at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus they offer service to all makes and models in a state-of-the-art facility. Drive a little and save a lot with a short trip to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Highway 264 in Washington and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Now back to the show. Here is Cliff Rock.
All right, it is playoff time for area baseball and softball high school teams. And today, caught up with the head baseball coach out at South Central High School. He is Pat McRae. We talked about the great Falcons regular season and what lies ahead. Here's my chat with Coach McRae. All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, head baseball coach out at South Central High School, Pat McRae joining us. Coach, appreciate your time. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome, and good day to have you on because the brackets are out. Postseason baseball about to begin, and the brackets are out so hot off the presses I haven't seen it yet, so you can tell me. I did hear some good news, though. The Falcons, the number 2 seed, and have a bye, so you won't be playing Tuesday night, right?
No, it doesn't look like it unless something crazy happens. Looks like we got the winner of North Brunswick and Jack Britt on Friday night. Hoping the weather stays good.
As you look at your path through the East, I know Conley with the 1, very familiar with them. Are you familiar or have you played against any of these other teams that you might see along the way?
No, not this year. We actually had a game scheduled with Heritage, who is likely to be a third-round opponent if we can win and if they can win. But it got actually they had a basketball game earlier this year, and we ended up not being able to play and couldn't find a makeup date. So I'd be very happy to play them. Joe John's a good coach. They have always got a good team. So, would like to see them. Obviously, we know about Cardinal Gibbons and New Hanover. It's a tough side of the bracket for sure, but, it's manageable. At this point in the year, everybody's good. So you're going to have to play somebody.
A lot different than it was 26 years ago when I was in high school. You're able to see a lot of video now, right? So if you're not familiar with an opponent, hadn't played them or anything, are you able to see some video and do some advanced scouting on some teams?
I wouldn't call it advanced scouting, but yes, we are able to do some scouting. You don't really have to get in the car and drive a couple hours to watch teams play anymore. Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it is invaluable because a lot of these kids are putting up their highlights and stuff to get recruited. And so, we can watch that. And, I'm sure they're watching our guys too. But then you've got stuff like Game Changer and NFHS Network if, teams have a camera. But, yeah, there's tons and tons of resources that we're able to use.
Coach, Pat McRae joining us. I brought this up with Corey Skinner last week, so let me ask you, Coach. So I'm a Conley guy, and I always felt like Rose got all the headlines when I was in school. And then a few years after I graduated, South Central came along, and I'm sure they felt like, hey, Conley and Rose are the big dogs. We're trying to get our name out there. And then if you're Aiden Grifton, you might feel like everybody is getting headlines before you. So is there any kind of that like pecking order, or do you use the chip on the shoulder that, hey, we're the newest school in Pitt County, but we deserve the headlines too?
That's hard because I feel like we've got some good reporters in the area and we've got a decent amount of coverage this year. So it's hard, it's easy to say, yeah, we don't get every headline, but we don't get every headline, but neither does Conley or Rose or Aiden Griffin. And it's really tough because there's no one standout squad in Pitt County. You've got 3 number 1 seeds in Conley, Rose, and Aiden Grifton, and then we're a 2 seed. So, there's a wealth of baseball here. And so I think our reporters do a good job of trying to get over to our place. Obviously, I'd love to see one every week, but, that's just not realistic when you got 3 guys to do 4 teams.
Sometimes it's cliche to say like the regular season prepares you for the postseason, but when you have the schedule you have and the conference you have, it's true, right? That you guys are definitely battle tested.
Absolutely, man. Our strength of schedule is tough. We played some really good non-conference games and teams like Northside Pinetown, who started the year kind of rough, but they recovered, had a great season in their conference. Same thing with Perquimans. I think when we played Perquimans, they were like 0-6 or 0-7, and they won their conference. And then we played Bunn, who's a great team out of, just outside of Raleigh, beat them twice. And then in conference, it's it's a grinder every single night. There's not really a team that you're just going to walk on.
I want to ask you about some of the guys that help you get here. I friend of the family, Colby Jones, I know is on the roster, and I've known his grandparents and mom my entire life, and his dad for about 25 years. And first of all, great people. And but how about Colby? How's he done for you this year?
Man, Colby's had an amazing season. I think he's a candidate for Conference Player of the Year. He's hitting like 480. He's hit 6 or 7 doubles, a triple. He's hit 5 home runs this year. He's played outstanding defense. He didn't pitch at all last year, but he gave us about 20 innings on the mound this year. And he's been just as reliable as we could have. He's a great teammate and he's a great person. his mom and dad are at every game, whether, we win or lose, they're always super positive. His little brother comes out and gives me a high five before every game. Colby's an awesome kid, and I love having him around. He fits well with what we try and do here.
That's awesome to hear. Who are some other guys you'll be counting on here this postseason, Coach, that have helped you get here?
Well, we were really going to count on our pitchers a lot. We'd like to see Isaiah James throw well. He's kind of coming off a little bit of a rehab. He's thrown well, and when he's come back, and Chase White has had an astounding season. He's only a sophomore, but he sits steady, high 80s, low 90s. And I think he ended up with like 5 or 6 wins on the year and something like 60, 65 strikeouts. And he's just a gamer. Justin Blow's another kid that he can come on the mound at any time and give you an amazing performance. But outside of those pitchers, we got Aiden Parker and Colby Jones that can come out. Nate Hale is a kid that's not ever going to get talked about, but he is absolutely invaluable to our pitching staff because you can roll him out there at any time and he's going to go compete. He doesn't have, the big time stuff like kids like Trace Baker that we've had in the past, but man, he is as competitive as it gets and he ain't scared of nobody. He'll go out and throw against, best hitters in the country if you ask him to. From a defensive standpoint, Tice Thompson, our catcher, he's had a great year behind the plate and at the plate. Aiden Parker's our shortstop. We got a set of twins, Walker and Wyatt Ellis, and man, they're good on the corners for us, first and third. We kind of got them in our lineup in the 5 and the 7 hole, and they're really good at moving runners and being aggravating the pitchers, fouling balls off, getting on base. Our center fielder is a kid named Corey Coleman. He's fast as lightning, and he can go track them down. He's our 9-hole guy, but when he gets on, you better watch out because he can take bags. And then our right fielder is named Jamari Hukins, and he's got power out of the 6-hole. And he's quick, man. He's quick as a jackrabbit. He can go get a bag whenever he needs to.
Pat McRae talking about the South Central Falcons. Coach, you mentioned Trace Baker. I had a chance to have him on the show a couple weeks ago. Only had about a 20-minute interaction with him, but could tell what a great kid he is. He's doing well now with the Blue Jays organization and a really good ambassador for Winterville baseball and South Central baseball. He was awesome to talk to.
Absolutely, man. Trace is doing great. I'm super proud of him. He represents South Central well, but it's not because of what he does on the field. Granted, he's a phenomenal baseball player, but he's really a phenomenal human being. And that's what we preach here is about character and discipline. And, he just exceeded all expectations that I ever had for him when he walked in the door as like a 5'7", scrawny little kid. Now he throws 95 and he's throwing to, hopefully big league hitters here before too long.
Coach, you mentioned a lot of pitchers there, your starters, your bullpen, and guys that can give you some innings. How much do you, during the season, it's not a college schedule or an MLB schedule, obviously, but it's a lot of games. And how do you handle, not wearing a guy out, but also trying to win ball games? How do you kind of map that out throughout the year?
Well, we've been blessed with a lot of arms this year. In the past, you get 1 or 2 guys, and it's difficult for sure. Because you can wear a guy out, but like I said, having those like bullpen guys like Aiden and Colby and Nate, and honestly Nate even started probably 5 or 6 games for us this year. It makes it easier to keep guys on pitch counts, especially early in the season, because we definitely don't want to have any arm issues going in. We've started to where we don't just have like a Tuesday, Thursday guy. I've almost had them to where they're rotating to skip a start, so they even have extra days in between just to keep the miles off their arm, because it really is difficult on some kids when you only got 2 or 3 guys and they got to go out and give you 6 every night. That can be stressful, and so we're just trying to do our best to keep those miles down on the arm and make sure that they're as best as they can possibly be. And we've done that this year. But again, it's blessed with a deep pitching staff.
Coach, I like to ask you guys, I mentioned I had Corey on. I know about his playing career because I grew up a couple of years older. I remember him playing ball back in the day. How about you? What about your playing days?
So man, I actually didn't play college baseball. I went to Scotland High School and graduated in 2006. I won a state championship with that team. I had some smaller offers, schools like, St. Andrews. But I just was burned out with baseball because we played, 11 and a half months a year, and you get 2 weeks off at Christmas. And, I just decided I'd rather go to East Carolina and be a student, and never really thought that I would ever go back to being a coach or have anything to do with baseball. But when I got the job at South Central, Peanut Langston, who was here before me, came up and he asked, if I had ever done anything with baseball, and said, yeah, I won a state championship at Scotland. Not that I was the star player on that team by no means, but I got a decent baseball pedigree. And he said, great, you're the JV coach. And so I've been coaching for the past 14 years at South Central. And that's really where it was. It was just high school ball and American Legion, which I love that Pitt County has a good American Legion team. And now it's actually hosted at South Central, which makes me happy because now I can come out and watch American Legion. And they do a great job. One of my assistants is the coach, Coach Stokes. And John, the director over there, now he's the director for the entire state. And man, it's just makes me happy to see American Legion baseball be strong.
Yeah, glad to hear that. And I know Ryan Meadows did a great job with that, and good to hear Coach Stokes still keeping that strong. And you mentioned getting burnt out. I've heard that story quite a bit, just because there's so much baseball now. So not that you want to tell your kids what to do, but you do want to give them some guidance, I'm sure. How do you, if they come to you for advice on, hey, should I play this summer? Should I play a different sport? How do you handle that? Is it basically athlete to athlete, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. I love multi-sport athletes. We got a kid named Justin Blow, and he's a phenomenal football player. He's a phenomenal basketball player. He's a phenomenal baseball player. And I bet if you gave him a ping pong paddle, he'd beat you in that too. But, so I love kids that go play multiple sports, but we actually, during COVID, we stopped doing our scholastic team because I was having issue getting kids out. They come out and they play 3 or 4 games during the week at Babe Ruth or, our scholastic league. And then they go play 3 or 4 games on the weekend. And by the time August rolls around, we're trying to gear back up to get our fall workouts in order. And they're just dog tired. So, I tell them, play one or the other. There's nothing wrong with playing baseball in the summer. Actually, I love it. I don't coach in the summer. I do some camps and stuff, but you got to have time for your family. And one thing I tell them is like, hey, just go be a kid, man. Like go fishing or go play around a golf or hang out with your buddies. And don't do nothing stupid, but go sit at McDonald's and eat some ice cream or something. Just have fun because these days are getting shorter for them. We got some seniors that'll be graduating in about a month, and they're not going to get these times again. So in the summertime, you need to spend that time. You don't need to only focus on baseball, because if that's all you do, you're bound to hate it at some point.
And well said, Coach. I guess we just got through prom season, right? So that's one less distraction, I guess, for some of these players. But is it a good time now in the school calendar and the baseball calendar to kind of focus on this postseason run for your guys?
Well, I'm always going to focus on the baseball aspect of stuff, but I'm also the graduation coach here at South Central, so I'm geared up getting ready for graduation. I actually just got out of a meeting with our principal, right before I walked in here, and it's a little bit stressful, but man, from 4 o'clock to 6:30 every day, we're focused on baseball, and the kids are ready, man. They all got blonde hair right now. That's driving me crazy, but
okay,
whatever they got to do to make them feel good going into the playoffs, I'm okay with it.
We don't think about that extra stuff you guys do. And last time I had Larry Williford on the show, he's won all those championships and stuff, and he said, Clip, I got about 20 minutes. I got to drive the bus today. So, so it's like y'all got a lot of stuff on your plate, right, Coach?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, good luck. So the first round bye, when do you guys play your first game in Winterville?
Right now it's looking like Friday, but weather on Thursday and Friday is a little iffy. So might be Saturday, but I'm hoping we can get in on Friday. The good thing is we hadn't had a ton of rain, so I think the field will soak it right up. And, we'd really like to play Friday. And If anybody out there in Pirate Radio land wants to come watch us, come see us. We'd love to have some fans in the stands.
Yes, sir. Go check out the South Central Falcons as they begin their playoff run. Coach, enjoyed it, man. Let's do it again down the road.
Absolutely, man. I'll come on anytime you want me.
All right, there is the head baseball coach out at South Central High School, Pat McRae, as the Falcons and other area schools getting ready for postseason play. We'll take a break, come back, have more for you. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. We'll be back with you after this timeout.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't gamble with just any roofer. Trust the pros at the Boone Group Roofing. Locally owned by Toot Boone, they've been serving all of Eastern North Carolina with honest, high-quality roofing you can count on. They offer no money down, and every job is backed by a 5-year workmanship warranty because your roof should be done right the first time. Don't wait. Call today at 252-714-0021. For a roof that's built to last and service you can trust, the Boone Group Roofing is on top of their game.
The Toot Boone Boogie. At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? How about tighten or lift your skin? Want a smoother skin texture or get rid of brown spots? Combining personalized treatments, expert training, and a deep passion for skin health, Beauty Bar MediSpa is dedicated to enhancing your skin and boosting your confidence from the inside out. Contact the licensed professionals for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates in the NC. Open at noon 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, every Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's live local acoustic night, along with line dancing from 7 to 9 on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a brand new lineup with Singo starting at 8, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. Finish the weekend with free games and DJ Kids Scene.
Y'all come get bucked up.
If you're looking to make someone's day a little sweeter, Nothing Bundt Cakes has the perfect treat. From our bite-sized buntinis to our delicious 8 and 10-inch Bundt Cakes, every cake is baked fresh daily and topped with our signature cream cheese frosting. Birthdays, celebrations, office treats, or just because. There's always a reason for a Bundt Cake. Come see us in Greenville in the Law Promenade Shopping Center near Longhorn and let us help you share a little joy, one bunt at a time. Nothing Bundt Cakes. Make life a little sweeter every day.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservation. Larry's Steakhouse.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utility.
This is Andre Allison, the first receiver to catch 1,000 in ECU history. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now back into the show. Here's Cliff.
All right, this Thursday, don't miss your chance to celebrate Parker Bird's final homestand weekend right here in Greenville. Stop by UBE from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can meet Parker and you can grab a brand new limited edition Parker Bird t-shirt available while supplies last. Proceeds supporting his new nonprofit Limitless. Snap a photo, say hello, score a free autographed baseball card. If you're one of the first 100 fans, that's Thursday at 11 a.m. at UBE. Come out and show your support and be a part of a special moment. We'll talk to Parker coming up on a Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Wes, are you a Star Wars guy?
Yeah, may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite character in the Star Wars verse?
Well, it's got to be Chewbacca.
You know I'm going to ask you to do a Chewbacca sound.
Oh, good
right?
Lord. I can't remember now, Lord.
Aw, come on.
Perfect. Nailed it. I mean, I thought
You're
Chewbacca
right.
was here.
That sucked.
How about the Ewoks? What do they sound like?
Oh, they go the... Oh, what did it... They make the little chirp sound, don't they?
Don't they do Wes? What do they sound like?
I don't know. I don't know.
Thought you were a fan.
I mean, I actually went to and saw the when they revamped the whole thing. I went and saw the number 3.
Dale Earnhardt. What are you talking about?
Lord have mercy.
What do you?
Okay, you got to remember now. It's 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw 3.
What about 1, 2?
Of course, but I'm talking about in the theaters. I actually went to go see 3.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I don't fork out my money like that.
Have you seen 7, 8, 9?
I don't know what they are.
So you have not seen anything. You watch the originals and then you watch 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because because I don't think it's following the same path. So why?
Right. Why? All right. Don't get mad at me, dude. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, I'm just saying why. Well, I mean, why couldn't they start from the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why did they go to give me the end before the beginning?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm not a big prequel guy because we already know kind of what's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Anyway.
Anywho, may the 4th be with you, Wes. Quick, on this day in sports history, I know Nick and Zach are not big baseball guys, but we'll see if they can come up with this. On this day in 2018, he became the, I believe, 38th player to join the 3,000 hit club, first baseman. You already know it, Zach?
Well, guess what I used it for?
Nick, do you know who this is? First baseman, I'll give you a hint. He won 2 World Series with the Cardinals. Albert Pujols is correct.
Man.
The last player to join the 3,000 hit club. Hopefully that's not up there.
First question, not that question. The first one you just said.
All right. Well,
you would know that anyways.
Fastball. Yeah. Miguel Cabrera, the last player to join the 3,000 hit club.
Miggy.
The last player to hit a home run for his 3,000th hit. Actually, this is interesting. One guy did it in 2011. One guy did it in 2015, and they were on the same left side of the infield for a part of their career. Who would those players have been?
Baseball's not my sport.
They were both New York Yankees.
Jeter.
Okay. And?
2011 is the one. Are we looking for 15?
2015, but was with Jeter.
3,000th.
That would be Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod, yep.
A-Rod and Derek Jeter both got hit number 3,000 as a home run via the home run. Ichiro did it in style. His 3,000th hit was a triple in 2016.
Classic Ichiro, man.
Do you know who he ended his career with? What National League team?
He didn't end it with the Mariners?
He might have gone back to the Mariners, but who did he play for?
I thought he retired technically as a Mariner.
Who did he play for from 2015 to 2017 when he got his 3,000th hit?
National League.
Only National League team he played for.
Wow, I don't know.
I think when his Hall of Fame speech, he said he didn't even know they were a team.
He only knew the Mariners, man.
The Marlins.
Oh, okay.
Really? He was an old Marlin.
I need to see a picture of that.
From 15 to 17. That is On This Day in Sports, presented by Ron Ayers Motorsports. Go see Jimmy Stallings and the crew at Ron Ayers Motorsports. Let's get our last break in. We'll come back and have more for you. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday, a Canes Flyers Monday. Back with you after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $11.99. Plus Wednesdays, all Mexican imports are just $3.49. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas, also just $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Carolina Eagle Distributing is celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. For 150 years, Budweiser has been the heart of America beer culture, bringing people together across generations. Cheers to 150 years. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989.
The NU in New Blue stands for Next Up, and with their Next Up mentality, they are staying hungry to go the extra mile just for you, humbly learning through continuous training and a commitment to remain focused on working smart to deliver a new level of service excellence. Next Up means doing the small things right because your home deserves it. Whether it's plumbing, electrical, or HVAC issues, New Blue is next up and ready to help. Visit callnublue.com or call 252-228-5855. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Go Pirates!
Looking for Washington's favorite place to eat? The spot locals keep coming back to. Head to Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now open 7 days a week, Down on Main is serving up all your favorites. From the house salad with grilled chicken, to the half club and chips, to the crowd-pleasing fried shrimp plate. After a long day, unwind with dinner and drinks on the patio. It's the perfect place to relax and catch up with friends. And don't miss Wednesdays, half-price wings from 4 till close. Down on Main Street, right on Main Street in historic downtown Washington.
If you're looking for a weekend getaway that feels close to home but far from ordinary, head on down to beautiful Washington. Enjoy the scenic waterfront views while visiting local shops and dining at some of the best restaurants Eastern North Carolina has to offer.
Make a night of it in a cozy bed and breakfast. And during baseball season, catch an exciting East Carolina Pirates baseball weekend just a short drive away. Plan your trip today at visitwashingtonnc.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Eastern North Carolina's newest concert destination is here. It's Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, a brand new state-of-the-art outdoor amphitheater with room for 30,000 fans. Reserve your seat or grab a spot on the lawn and enjoy food trucks, vendors, cold beer, and cocktails all night long. It's just a short drive away right off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids. Carolina Crossroads Amphitheater, showcasing world-class entertainment and delivering exceptional experiences for every guest. Visit CarolinaCrossroadsAmp.com for more information.
Hey Pirate Nation, Frank Etheridge here with First Flight Credit Union. Ready to save money on your current automobile loan? Right now, our road to savings couldn't be faster. At First Flight, we're making borrowing easy with our limited time auto refinance promotion. Apply today at one of our branches located in Greenville, New Bern, Havelock, Morehead City, and Cary to see how one of our experienced lenders can beat your current auto loan rate by 0.5%. All local residents are membership eligible. Terms and conditions do apply. First Flight is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. Go Pirates.
What's going on, guys? This is Inky Johnson. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Eagle Distributing, celebrating 150 years of Budweiser all year long. This Bud's for you from Carolina Eagle, serving the Pirate Nation since 1989. Now, back to the show.
If you're cruising around town or headed out for a weekend adventure, make sure you're riding in something you can count on from Capital Subaru of Greenville. These folks aren't just selling cars, they're supporting our community every mile of the way. From brand new Subarus with legendary all-wheel drive to quality pre-owned vehicles, Capital Subaru has your back. Friendly service, no gimmicks, just great deals, and even better people. Stop by Capital Subaru of Greenville today or visit capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru, love what you drive. It was a down day on the stock market today. It was the Dow Jones was down 557 at 48,942. The Nasdaq was down 47 at 25,068, and the S&P 500 was down 29 at 7,200. And that's a look at your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a person looking to investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. For the final segment of the show, and to wrap us up, here's Clip.
All right. Thank you, Wesley Hines. I noticed the Spurs Timberwolves line moved a few points. And that's because I just saw that Anthony Edwards is expected to play. How much and how healthy he'll be, don't know. But the line did move in the favor of the Timberwolves with that news. They play 9:30 on Peacock. And coming up, NBC Peacock at 8 o'clock, it'll be the Sixers and the Knicks, Game 1 at MSG. Looking at the American baseball standings, Pirates sole possession of second place at 13-8, 2 games back of UTSA. UTSA also the tiebreaker, winning the series earlier this year. UAB is a game behind ECU. Rice, who takes on ECU this weekend, has an opportunity. If they could have a big weekend, they have won 4 in a row. They are 2 games back of the Pirates. Wichita, FAU, Memphis sitting at 10-11. Charlotte and South Florida, Tulane, all those three of those teams have 8 wins apiece. Cliff Godwin today tweeting out a post from a burner who said, breaking, ECU starting pitcher Ethan Norby missed the remainder of the season. ECU head coach Cliff Godwin confirmed in post-game comments after the series loss. Cliff Godwin posted that Ethan Norby is healthy, will pitch this weekend. So sad. This is the world we live in, and anyone can post something and people believe it. Well, anyone can post something, but people shouldn't believe what Pirate is it, whatever has to say. And Zach's laugh. Zach is part of the problem. because you have had a burner before.
I have, but I've never tweeted anything that stupid. But my problem is, okay, first off, the post itself was stupid, and people who shouldn't have believed it in the first place because there was no indication he was injured except for his rough performance. But we've been saying all season, Cliff has got to get off Twitter, man.
Yeah, and this will only add fuel to the burner fire. So, there's that. Ethan Orby's good to go, though.
He is fine.
All right, that is positive news. Pirates and Rice this weekend. Excited for the softball tournament going on in Greenville. Zach, you have, during your East Carolina career as a student, you once kept count at how many athletic events. Are you going to try to make it to a tournament game?
Absolutely. Our first game is early Thursday. My last day here is Wednesday, and then I'm not doing anything Thursday until late in the afternoon, so I'm going to go to our first opening game of the tournament.
Pirates 3 wins away from making it to the NCAA tournament in softball. Shane Winkler said the RPI not going to be good enough, but gave it an effort this year to make it as an at-large, which would have been amazing. But they can win their way in, and they can do it right here in Greenville. 4 games coming up Wednesday. The Pirates won't play until the afternoon session coming up on Thursday. Win that, they'll play Friday afternoon. Win that, they'll play Saturday at noon in the American Championship. So we'll be following that throughout the week here on Pirate Radio. Got Parker Bird joining us on the show coming up on Tuesday. Got Wade Minter coming up later this week. We'll talk to Wade Thursday to preview Game 3 of the series between the Hurricanes and the Flyers. Also, been in contact with Darius Bell. He was drafted in the CFL draft, and he said he's got starting rookie mini camp Wednesday, and when he figures out his schedule, he'll join us. So I think he was drafted in the 3rd round of the CFL. So we'll talk to him. Also, Justin Hardy going to join us later this week as he gets ready for another CFL season. So we will be talking all kinds of stuff this week on Pirate Radio Live, from baseball to softball to hockey to hoops to football and everything in between. Wes!
Yes!
Thank you for joining us. And
glad to be here.
Helping us out. Loud and proud on a Monday. Thank you, Nick Bass. Thank you, Zach Lewis, for your efforts as well.
Thank you.
Zach, myself, Nick, heading to the Buccaneer Music Hall for some sports trivia here on a Monday night. And the grill will be fired up, too. So we're going to do some good eating, some good triviaing, and some Hurricanes watching out at the Buck. Looking forward to that. And we will talk to you Tuesday, 3 o'clock, for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For the crew, I'm Clip Brock. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Hey Pirates, it's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. It's time for bats, balls, and turkey calls. Working on that grand slam? Swing into turkey season with a perfect shotgun to knock that gobbler out of the park. Brite, Mossberg, Weatherby, Savage, Beretta, Rossi, CVA, and Browning, you name it, we've got it. Choosing the largest selection in Eastern NC. We'll make you blow